Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Pokemon D&D Unsealed Edition.
Music's kicking.
Yeah,
we're ready for this. Let's go. Yeah.
So,
are we doing a gym today?
Are we? I don't know. Why don't we figure that out by going over what happened last time?
Okay.
Okay.
Hannah, what happened last time?
We took Spinda to the Pokemon Center, and then Spinda's owner came, and I tried to fight him, but it ended up that he was kind of okay. I mean, he was a dick, but it was fine. And then he gave me soft sand, which was nice, which will be great for when Nidoran evolves. And you, Seth, caught a Zorua, which I'm so fucking jealous of. I haven't gotten over yet.
We all are.
Because it's a dark type, and dark types are supposed to be my thing. It's fine. And then we talked to some dudes who were wrestling and being extra in a park, and then we trained a little bit.
Yeah.
Am I
I
missing
found a
anything
rock.
important?
You did find a rock. I remember
Found
that.
a rock.
And also a pearl, I think.
And a Magikarp.
Yeah.
Oh
Somebody
shit!
found a pearl.
The Magikarp.
You forgot you found your Magikarp.
Forgot
I
about
look
your
for
own
a dragon.
Magikarp.
I have to figure out what to do with it.
What do you mean what to do with it?
Throw it at
You
people.
love it.
I'm just gonna throw it.
I'm gonna throw it at things.
I will have this oceans covered between Timon and Magikarp.
Oh my god. Okay, so, you said that you had met a bunch of guys that were wrestling in a park. What?
Yes.
Being extra.
Yeah, there was something important that they told you about. Do you remember
The
what
next
that
gym.
is?
The next gym.
is a fighting type gym.
Fighting
With
and
dark
dark.
type mixed in.
And dark.
Fighting dark.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
And also they only fight at night, which we already knew about.
Yes. And there are wrestle boys.
They are wrestle boys. Or
Alright.
ladies.
Oh.
We don't know yet.
I apparently did not write down that person's name. Whoops. I'm screwed.
Carrion's ire made fun of his cape, I think, or something.
Yeah.
It's a family heirloom.
Did anybody remember to write down the gym leader's name?
Wait, hang on.
I lost my notes from last
Dangerous
time.
Dayton.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Cool.
I take good notes. You're all
You take
welcome.
notes.
Hmm?
Alright, so good job. And there was one other important thing that you guys might remember from last session. One other piece of information.
We sold information to Officer Jenny for 5,000 Poke dollars.
It was awesome. We have money now.
Well, we had money. We spent a lot of it.
Who was
Oh,
it
yeah.
that had originally stole the Spinda?
It was Team Tetrad.
Was it?
I think
Oh, no, it was a
Nurse
pink-haired
Joy.
girl. It was a pink-haired girl,
I think it's
right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was a pink-haired girl.
It wasn't the guy that we got the Spinda back from. It was a girl who had pink hair.
Incoming officer, or rather, Nurse Joy imposter. Oh, yeah.
And it was
All you
Nurse
know
Joy because
is that when you returned the Spinda, you said, like, oh yeah, this is the guy that stole it, and he was like, no, the person that stole it was some pink-haired chick. And you were like, oh. And that's all you needed to really remember.
Alright, cool.
Alright, so, we last left off, you guys were still on your way to town, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we
You
were
had
on
only made
route.
it halfway through the route, right?
yes.
Okay, so let me go ahead and bring up the remaining
Kind of
portion
thought
of
off
the route.
camera, we could just, go boop there, done, be there.
I mean, you could, or you might have the opportunity to look around for more items or more Pokemon if anyone was interested.
I want more fish.
Jay, you
I-
have
why
a fish
fish?
already. Like, hold on, you have the most Pokemon of anybody by a fairly wide margin at this point.
I want to win the championship. I want to win. I will have all the Pokemon. I'm gonna go in with a team of 18.
Jay, just train up what you have for a little bit. How about that?
In my defense, I had every intention of taking that Spinda.
Yeah,
That
but
guy
it
ended up
wasn't.
being any bigger of an asshole than he was.
Oh my god, you would not. The Spinda was effectively a key item. You would not have been allowed to keep the Spinda.
That's what you think.
well,
I'm
okay.
here to break your campaign.
Yeah, Fall Shane, if she had roleplayed that she kidnapped the Spinda and decided to raise it as her own,
She
It
would
would
not
have been in
arrested.
character.
I am the police.
and we got a nat 20 killed the police. What's next?
Oh my god. Oh Jesus, you guys. Okay.
We will ruin your
Jenny's
plans.
dead.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Jenny's got a gun. Anyway,
Everybody.
let me get back to the root there. All right, so we're gonna say that you guys are in the general far rightish, we'll say lower portion of this area. At this time, it's about I don't know what I said it was last time, but now it's going to be about dusk. So it's getting ready. The sun's starting to crest over the horizon. You've probably
Okay.
got a few hours before it'll actually be nighttime, so you don't have to run to the gym at this point. But you shouldn't linger too much. But if you guys wanted to poke around for a little bit before you started the remainder of the journey, then you're more than welcome to. And you know what? I think I'm going to keep this music cranking for a little bit, unless anybody has any complaints with that.
I
No,
love
it's
it.
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty fun actually.
Awesome.
I like it.
Unless we're gonna get copywritten for it, then.
I mean, whatever. It's.
I've
really
used this
nice.
song in one of my tutorials. It didn't get copyright.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay, cool. So who's initiativing first today?
Okay. Well,
I'll take a
back
sniff.
to with my fish.
All right, take a sniff.
yeah.
So you're just putting your nose to the air and whiffing?
Yep, I got a 9.
A 9. Okay, smells like grass.
Oddish everywhere.
I said it smells like grass, not weed.
Ah!
Seth and his new twin brother pop up over Lily's shoulder and put their hands on either of her shoulders and say, well, one of them says, hey, what do you smell?
Oh, that's gonna be weird.
Smells like fresh morning grass.
You're not gonna react to this at all. There's two of. All right.
I see. He takes a step. Well, they both take a step back, and they both do this this crooked L thing under their chin and nod slowly, like I see, I see.
Is the Zorro? Or did they like plan this, or is the Zorro just really good at mimicking as
The
he's
Zorroa is currently having a lot of fun.
Aw, that's nice.
He's ever since they left town, he's been kind of watching Seth and like trying to like figure out all his mannerisms and like
Aw,
like
replace him.
copycats him a lot.
that's cute. Kieran, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just kind of staring at my Magikarp, just like
You're not.
because it's like there's so much potential. There is so much potential, but not here. It's
start
so
using
much
it.
later.
Well, hey, if you want, we can battle to level up your Magikarp. If you wanted, just to train up a little bit.
Is this
you know?
Rowan talking or is this you
Yeah,
talking?
yeah, no, it's Rowan.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to, my Nidoran, your Magikarp, it's pretty even.
Do you know how to tackle, little dude?
knows how to
I think he
tackle.
does. Yeah, he does. You know what? No, I won't be afraid of no challenge. Let's do it.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. So.
That sounds like fun.
And
Hey Lily, do you want to fight too?
Nah.
Okay.
No sniffing around.
Did you guys remember to keep track of your Pokemon and the moves that they have?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Jay.
So,
I lost my notes.
Jay.
I meant to save it. I didn't. That's why I couldn't remember Seth's name.
Jay, I'm gonna need you to step it up on this book at the end of the
sorry.
session.
Be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Uh, Hannah just left.
Sorry.
It's okay. Even though she's the one we're supposed to be fighting, that's fine. Fortunately, Magikarp will be easy because he literally only knows Tackle and Splash. So unless you're gonna be doing Splash,
Yeah. I'll just try tackle.
Well, let's wait until Hannah comes back so that she can actually participate
Okay.
in battle.
Yeah. She, what's going on elsewhere is on this this route? Let's have a look around. What does Seth see?
Well, do you want to do an insight check?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll do an insight check.
Go ahead and roll d20.
Roll d20. That's a 16 right there.
All right. So as you gaze around, the sun is starting to set. You realize that many of the wild Pokemon around here have probably started to prepare for their hibernation for the night. So you don't see any moving grass and nothing too noticeable. However, you do get the sort of gut sensation that in an area like this, certain Pokemon might prowl around at nighttime if you know where to look.
Okay, that seems about right. Okay, well, I mean, does Seth know where to look?
You know what? Why don't you and if Lily is willing, ask her if you can combine your sight and scent to see if you can get a lock on anything in the nearby area.
How does this work? Well, let alone how Seth is gonna word that in fiction, but how does this work
Yeah.
mechanically?
It'll work mechanically by both of you rolling a d20, and I'll average your results. I'm adding a suggestion. So you both asked to look for something. You both kind of fell short. Now, if you, as the DM, I'm giving you the capability of working together if you want to do that. If not, or if you feel as if that might be too out of character, then don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, Lily already used her the old-fashioned face peepers, as we call them, and they didn't pick up anything. And so that's just kind of a normal reaction, is, hey, it smells like there isn't anything weird here. Good. So I don't think she's necessarily questioning that. She's not suspicious.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like it would be up to Seth then to come up with a way to ask that question. And I'm coming up a little short, so Hannah is back. I guess we could hold off on that.
Sorry, I had to get pizza.
It's okay.
I had to get a pizza. No, I know that feeling. All right, so the two of you, Kieran and fucking, what's her name? Hannah.
Rowan.
It's
Rowan.
See, I don't even remember everybody's name.
There you go. I feel better now.
Then again, I have to remember like fucking the entire story, so that's fine. Anyway,
Fair.
so you're gonna have your battle, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you guys don't really have anybody to sanction the match, so it doesn't count as far as anything important beyond experience. Which, given that this could
matter if we did?
otherwise go out of control, and you guys could just sit here and say we're gonna battle each other until we hit like level 100. I'm gonna have to limit the amount of battles you guys can have with one another.
That's fine.
That's fair.
And so, are you guys going to agree upon any certain rules? How many Pokemon are going to be used, etc.?
I only have one Pokemon.
All right. So,
I'll use 3. No.
Bullshit.
A 3-on-1 battle, and Rowan's still gonna kick your fucking
We'll
ass.
use all of our Pokemon.
all right. So I'm assuming that you guys are going to agree to have a sportsmanly one-on-one
Yes.
battle.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
But
Okay.
Jay has
You don't
options.
have to use Magikarp.
Oh, I need to.
Okay.
All
if
right.
you insist.
The boy needs it.
Let's do this.
Poor
This
boy.
boy needs it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's going to be Magikarp versus Nidoran male.
Yep.
Would both of you roll a d20 for initiative?
Okay.
12.
Yeah. 15.
All right. Let me just double check something really
Fast
quickly.
piece.
Once my page uploads. Come on.
3-on-1. Then it's a fair fight.
Alright.
Your anime is showing.
Alright, and Magikarp actually gets to go first.
All right, here we
Flops
go.
around on the ground in front of Nidoran.
I don't know how a flopping tackle actually works in any kind of mechanic, but let's do it.
I mean,
Go
look
straight for the
at
tackle.
Pokemon Stadium. It kind of just bounces onto the opponent. But it's not bounce, so... Anyway, so you're going to do tackle.
Yes, flops
All
gonna go right in there.
Roll a d20.
Okay. Ha! Tell me, what does a 2 get me?
2 actually hits.
Yay!
Oh, that's nice.
And all you have to do now is... Where is the tackle? There it is. Roll a d4.
That's the spiky one. Here you go. All right, the Caltrop tells me I got a. Oh, I got a 4.
Nice.
All right, so that's 4 damage on Nidoran.
Ah!
Oh, goodness.
And
Good job, Flopsy.
Is Flopsy his real name?
Just came up with it. Loving it. Gonna keep it.
Okay,
Great.
I can't
I
wait to
got-
meet Flopsy the fucking Gyarados.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's Nidoran's turn. He's
Wait.
still... Yes?
Jay, wasn't Flopsy the name of the King Boomy's pet?
Yeah, I guess that's also true. But this is all about it flopping around like a fish.
Oh, I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not saying you should change it. I'm saying good.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excellent.
Oh, okay.
reference.
Yay!
Maybe.
Intention.
Okay,
Anyway.
so I rolled a 13 on my d20 and a 3 on my d4.
What were you
Flopsy,
doing?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, and
What attack were you
a
using?
poison sting.
Let's get some flair. What's happening in this fight?
Poison sting. He's rushing towards the Magikarp. He's really gonna fuck his shit up, TBH.
Alright,
Magikarp's gonna
so
flop around. No, no, no!
you rolled a d4 for that and you got a 3?
Yeah,
Okay, so now you need to roll a d20?
13.
No, another d20.
Oh, again?
Yes.
Okay. Ah! Wait, it's under your foot. What is it?
Run!
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Alright, so no poison. Alright, so Nidoran currently has 4 out of 20. Ha! Nidoran has 4 damage on him out of 20 HP.
Hey!
Alright. And Magikarp's at 3 out of 16. So now it's Magikarp's turn.
Ah, okay. Is Nidoran still nearby?
Yeah, he just poison stang you.
Oh, okay. Good.
Go, guys, go, 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 go.
We're gonna go for the
Each-
fancy backflip tackle where he just kind of flops and tackles again.
Each one of them has a little cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll for your attack. Roll the d20.
Come on, higher than 2. 1.
Did you roll a 1?
1.
Wow, okay, yeah, that's a miss then.
Yay!
That's literally the only way you can miss.
Come on!
Yay!
Wow. Well, that's
Hooray!
unfortunate. Alright, so next is going to be Nidoran's turn.
Okie dokie. We're gonna use Peck.
Alright, let me go ahead and pull up the information for Peck real quick. Alright, that's a d20 to see if you hit and a d4 for damage.
Okay. D28 and 1 for damage.
Alright, so you hit and do 1 damage. So now Magikarp is at 4 out of 16 HP. And it's Magikarp's turn again.
Okay. All right. We're gonna concentrate real hard. Both me and the Magikarp need a real big thinking face on.
Great.
Then I
I
say
guess I'll
tackle.
just put this like right here. Alright, so you're doing tackle?
Yeah. I'm
All
doing
right.
it. Ah! Aha! Ah, ha, 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 18.
Alright, yep, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yay! Okay, now for that D4. Caltrop says 1.
Alright, so
When-
that's 1 more damage on Nidoran. As
Hooray!
Magikarp continues to struggle.
These are some very Magikarp rolls we're getting.
Yeah.
Alright, now Nidoran, it's your turn again.
Okay, we're gonna use Poison Sting again. And I rolled a 10 on my d20 and a 4 on my d4.
Nice, nice. Now roll another d20.
Okay. 16.
And Magikarp is poisoned.
No!
Alright, so let me go ahead and note that right here. Alright, so as your poison sting jabs into the flooping fish, it turns a slight purple hue, and it's now the Magikarp's turn.
Hey, tough it up, buddy. I'm gonna take that blank stare as a yes. All right, tackle. All right. 18 again.
All right.
Higher than one. Higher than one. Come on, man. Hot two.
All right.
Aw.
So 2 more damage on Nidoran.
Ah!
And then Magikarp takes 2 points of damage for poison.
Mm-hmm.
You're
2.
gonna die.
Gosh.
All right,
Golly.
Nidoran, it's your turn.
Okay, we're gonna use Peck again.
All right.
And I rolled a 2 on the d20 and a 4 on the d4.
All right, Magikarp is now beeping at 14 out of 16 HP.
And then the poison, right?
And then the poison.
No, Magikarp.
Pew 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 pew. Magikarp faints.
Aw, poor
Fishing hug
Magikarp.
him.
But, okay, so Nidoran and Magikarp both level up.
Yay!
Yay!
Throwing
This
a different
game's
pole didn't
winner
work.
is Rowan.
Yay! Good job, Nidoran! And he runs towards me and he leaps into my arms and I pick him up and I'm like, good boy! And then I look around and I'm like, okay, we're done.
We'll get you there, Flopsy. We'll get you. Okay.
The surprise
Please come.
it's a Nuzlocke. Magikarp's dead. He just suddenly vanishes.
Silent Seth behind Kyrian just pats him on the shoulder.
Thank you, Seth. He has no idea.
Anyway, as the battle's been going on, Lily would feel something nibbling at the back of her ankle.
Like a bad nibble or a good nibble?
Whoa.
Well, Rowan's not on the ground biting your ankle, so I'm gonna
What,
go with it feels like 2 nubbly little pinchers are squeezing at your ankle bone. It's not enough to really hurt, but it is enough
Yeah.
to surprise you.
Well,
Okay.
she's gonna use her her eye peepers to look and see what the fuck is biting her.
Okay, so
Roll
you
for
look
perception.
down, and latched onto the back of your ankle is a grubbin.
She goes, huh, which is about the largest reaction that Lily can have to anything. She then kind of lifts her ankle up so that the grubbin's dangling off the ground.
And
And
it
then,
kind of just waggles there on your leg, like it's other little leggies trying to find something to perch onto while gripping your ankle with its pinchers.
And Lily thinks very hard and is trying to think, what is it that Pokemon trainers are supposed to do in these situations? And then points at it and says, Lotad, water gun. And Lotad, not knowing water gun, is a bit confused.
Oh,
This is the first Lily fight.
I love this.
and nothing happened.
And so Lily checks her Will your Pokedex have a list of Lotad's moves?
Yes.
Okay. So she checks her Pokedex and looks up what her Lotad is capable of doing and says, use Growl?
All right, so go ahead and roll a d20.
You got it, dude. Oh, 20.
Nice.
Oh.
Fucking
Okay.
Lotad screams!
Lotad growl.
Lotad scares the piss out of everything in the vicinity.
Yeah,
Seth
the
falls
Grubbin
over.
is so terrified that not only does its attack go down by 2 stats, it falls off your ankle and loses a turn.
Okay.
Nice.
And Lily's like, oh, wow, that actually did something. Okay, Lotad, use Astonish.
All right, roll a d20.
Two.
All right, and then roll a d4.
Okay. 4.
All right, so you managed to do 3 points of damage to the Grubbin.
Tell me, I understand. The first roll was just a hit or miss, and then the second one was damage.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Alright, and I can show you that he has -2 to attack currently. Alright. Well, I guess that should actually be -2 to damage. My bad. Alright. So, the Grubbin, now astonished by your presence, finally manages to jump back up, and shaking his little head and pinchers around, he locks eyes onto Lotad and starts to run directly at it, and then whipping back his head, opens up his mighty jaws, and then leaning forward, uses string shot.
Aw.
And Lotad's speed goes down by 1 as he gets slightly covered in some goopy mess, which is not.
Lotad acts like he's just taking a bullet.
It's not enough to change the order, though, so it is still Lotad's turn.
Lily only has the 2 moves as she looks in her Pokedex and thinks, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Astonish?
Go ahead and roll the d20.
2.
All right, so that's a hit. And then go ahead and roll the damage.
1.
All right. So he does 1 more damage, and I accidentally forgot. It does have the possibility for flinch, so roll a d6.
Cool.
Okay,
3.
you gave him a freebie.
All right, and flinch does not hit. All right,
Okay.
so we go back to Lotad, we go back to Grubbin, who seems proud of the nothing he's done so far, and decides to walk up all big and mighty now, opens his pincers over Lotad's nose, and bites down with a vice grip.
No!
Which hits for, oh good, 1 damage.
Nice.
Lotad! Lotad,
Oh.
like, with Grubbin attached to his face, turns to Lily like, Mom, help!
It's biting me.
No.
Okay, so with a bug now pinched to its nose and slightly gooped up, it's Lotad's turn.
Maybe I should use a health potion? Astonish! 18.
All right, roll the damage.
Ooh.
1.
Oh.
All right.
4 flinch.
So you got 4 on the flinch, which is unfortunately not enough to make it flinch. So
Okay.
it's Lotad's turn, or I'm sorry, it's Grubbin's turn again. He's with his pinchers attached to Lotad's nose, gonna blast him with another string shot, which is enough now to make it Grubbin's turn again.
But within Grubbin and Lotad's perception, this is like a really epic, like, Voltron anime battle. But for all the onlookers, they're basically just toddlers slapping each other.
Baby fight. And Grubbin thinks to himself, "Hey, if it's not broken, why fix it?" And uses string shot again. So Lotad's at -3 speed, and it's his turn.
Lotad's mouth is starting to get covered up with web. Use Astonish again! 12,
It's a hit.
2,
All right.
2.
Hi, Grubbin.
And no flinch. All right, so, yep, you can see that Grubbin's HP is now a little past half, and he tries to do another vice grip, assuming that he's already got Lotad about as gummed up as he could be. And, great, he hits, he rolls 2 damage, the -2 damage from the ground negates it for 0 damage. It's Lotad's turn.
Lotad thinks, an opening, and goes in for Astonish. 6,
All right, it's a hit.
1,
God.
4.
All right,
God,
so...
Lotad, pick it up.
Remember, you do have to catch the Pokemon before it gets knocked out. If you are interested in catching it. So Grubbin is really desperately trying to grip onto this guy, and okay, he manages to squeak out 1 whole damage. That crit growl has basically neutered this Grubbin for this fight. Anyway, it's Lotad's turn. Well, Lily's turn.
Maybe I should just retreat.
Run away!
This Grubbin is too much.
Astonished. 7.
It's a hit.
Damage 1. Oh, but I finally got a 6 on that flincher.
All right, great. So you managed to do another point of damage, and he flinches.
Okay, and then hit again with Astonish for 11.
Okay, it's a hit.
Hope I don't run out of PP. And 3 damage.
All right. So
Man,
he goes.
they really
down
should have
to
come up with any other
11
name for
out
that
of
word.
12.
So what happened there as the dramatic recreation was that Lotad nailed an Astonish and actually got a flinch, and then like there was a glint in Lotad's eyes as he like did a backflip over himself, which is really just a somersault, and hit with another Astonish.
Gave him the old double Astonish. Yeah, I got it. The Grubbin lets go of Lotad's nose, now terrified that this might be the end of it. So it slowly starts to try to waddle away, and as it backs up, it blasts another string shot in your direction, lowering Lotad's speed even further, as if it really mattered at this point. He's now encased in a cocoon of string.
Still going.
Yep. Grubbin has 1 HP left. If you wanted to catch him, now would be your last opportunity. Otherwise, you're going to knock him out.
Can I just kick him? Okay, Lotad. Finish it off. Astonish. 16.
All right. And
Or...
yeah, any amount of damage you roll at that point.
Of course now.
Doesn't matter.
Knock him out. And the Grubbin, as it tries to slowly waddle backwards, goes tumbling away, terrified of the astonished face that had been left before it. And for that epic display of combat, Lotad actually goes up 2 levels.
What? Dang!
Okay, great.
And
Wow.
remind me, what level would that leave Lotad at?
7.
All right, great. So he
Right.
now has learned Absorb.
Oh!
Yo, nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No
Can you
problem.
give me just tell me how functionally in game Absorb works?
Sure. So Absorb, okay, so this is the way the combat works. Pretty much for most attacks, unless they have a different accuracy, you're going to roll a d20. As long as you roll above a 1, it goes by percentage base. So if you want to look up your moves on Bulbapedia, which is where I'm just pulling them from, you can.
Right.
If a move has 100% accuracy, it always hits unless you roll a 1, and it'll crit on 20. The damage is dealt by the power option. So for Absorb, you've got power 20. So you'll roll a D4 and then divide that number by 2 and round up. Or if you have one available, flip a coin.
Just for the sake of asking, if I had a move that had low accuracy, like a really low accuracy, and I got a 20, is that still a crit?
That's still a crit, yeah.
Okay.
And Absorb, I think you gain back half the amount of damage you do. Let me just double check. Yeah. So, for example, if you did the full 2 damage with Absorb, then you would gain back 1 HP. If you hit a Pokemon that's weak to it, it'll do double damage. And at least as of right now, I'm still tinkering with the system, but yeah. So that's the general idea of how the game works. Anyway,
Alright,
you
thank
just knocked out that Grubbin, got 2 levels. And yeah.
Right. Lily kneels down next to Lotad and starts unwrapping him from the spider web. Sticks the webbing into her purse and says, "Lotad, you did such a great job today. Good job." Lotad.
Aw.
Yeah. That's great.
All
Well,
right.
shoot. guess we're gonna move on.
Okay.
Right. And as the group of you continue moving down the path, trudging your way through the grass, making a little bit of a path onward, you will say at this point you're within the last 20 minutes walk. The sun has finally just disappeared beyond the horizon, so you could say it's officially the beginning of night. And you stand at an archway that is no longer casting a shadow because it's nighttime. But in the distance are the tall, towering buildings, the sparkling lights of large metropolitan statuesque buildings. Lights are on. There's neon signs. Think New York, but a little smaller.
A little smaller.
A little bit smaller. It's not as big as
Whoa.
New York City, but a little bit smaller.
Pretty big then.
But it's still pretty big. And you can see that there's like a bunch of cars in the streets as you look on in the distance, almost like there's a traffic jam for something. And just as you start to make the last few feet distance into town or towards the city limits, two huge spotlights burst open in the sky, pointing upward in like a cross X section, and then start waving back and forth slowly, as if they're beckoning crowds of people to some distant locale.
You guys, I think I know where to go.
Yeah. That's probably where we're headed.
You guys, I'm so excited, but we should probably find a Pokemon Center first.
Yeah. Is there a Pokemon Center nearby?
Well, boop. So,
Oh,
Look at that!
you guys
Nice.
are actually coming in.
it looks just
from
like New York.
this direction right here.
A little smaller.
So you're coming
There's
in
like
from
one
the
less
bottom.
building.
Okay.
And these are the large buildings that you see in the distance. There's obviously some residential areas.
Recreational areas.
You know what they say
Oh.
about those
Mm.
recreational residentials. There's some sort of tall building over there. You don't know what that is about. You're just kind of curious. There's a shop over here. The lights are booming from the distance, so you assume it's probably somewhere back in the far ground. And then, yeah, there's a Pokemon Center back there somewhere probably, but it's not necessarily nearby.
Okay. What's
Okay.
this first building?
And this first building right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you begin to walk into the city, you start to feel the hustle and the bustle. People start to push past you. Every once in a while, someone bumps into you and then kind of gives you a nasty look and then moves on. Every once in a while, they've got a Pokemon walking alongside of them, like a Scrafty or something, and they kind of just sneer at you and walk away. But this building here appears to be a travel destination or a train station-esque sort of thing, as best you can put it together. It looks like there's some sort of major transportation device you can only assume is a train that runs from left to right. And this building is a station for that supposed train.
Oh, okay. I don't think we need to go to a train station.
No,
Unless-
I feel like we're at the destination.
Yeah, I feel like this is where we need to be. What about this one up here
The
with
one
the
with the
towers
towers.
on it?
Yeah.
This looks weird.
Yeah, so as you walk up to this building again, needing to push your way through the crowds of people, you see that this is a broadcasting station. There seems to be a bunch of tall towers that are likely sending out signals across the entire Cetra region, and the lights in this building are all on. It seems like whatever is happening today or tonight is likely going to be broadcast across all of Cetro's many, many cities.
Oh boy. Okay. That's intimidating. Hmm.
Wonder if this is where they filmed Meryl Kondo. That's the only show I watch. Sorry.
I think we should.
Meryl Kondo.
I mean, is this like a Pokemon game where we can just go into every person's house and see
No,
if they give
you
us
can't
stuff?
just bust into people's houses.
Oh, come on!
All right, fine.
I'm gonna search every trash can.
All
Are
right,
you
I
actually
think we
gonna
should
search
just
a
head.
trash can?
I
No.
am!
What? Wait, what?
I want you to trash can.
Well, okay.
Jay, don't.
Ark said something first.
I'm not going to.
You're not going to?
I'm not going to search the trash cans now.
Okay. Jay, are you going to search the trash cans?
Yes.
You're really going to search the trash cans?
Yes.
All right, can you give us the Carrion's logic of why he wants to do this?
Listen, this man was out in the woods. He is a practical man who will use any means necessary, and he heard of the stories of finding leftovers in trash cans. Now, they might have meant that they put their leftovers in the trash can from lunch, but he wants one.
You know what? Lily gets in that trash can too.
Oh god. Rowan is looking at both of them like, holy shit, I thought I grew up poor.
Wow. Okay, so give me one quick second because I thought I was only gonna have to worry about one. No, you know what? Fine. You're both gonna find a couple of orange berries in the trash can.
Yeah!
So
Are
go
you
ahead.
gonna eat those?
Nah, I think I might need to give them to my magic carpet at this point.
I mean, food's
Yeah,
food.
alright.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You should wash them first, though. It's
Yeah,
nasty.
that's a fair point. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a friend back at my house who had that problem.
They were a nasty boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're good.
Shit.
Hold on.
Nah, they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations on your new acquisitions.
Yes.
I can't believe that happened. I'm walking several paces ahead to just.
I'm gonna
Put some
assume that the
distance.
garbage cans were like right here outside of the broadcasting station, so you're still in that general area. Now, if I might make a suggestion, you don't have
Sure.
to, Jay, but remember you do have you do have
My
the
hand axe?
pearl
Oh.
you can sell if you want to.
Yes. I will sell it at my first opportunity. Oh yeah.
Well, there's
Well,
a shop
the
right
store's
here.
right there. Why don't we go ahead and do that?
My opportunity. Let's go.
Okay. So is everybody gonna be following him over there?
Yeah, I'll join. I just want to peruse, browse, you know.
I'll go.
All right.
Sure.
So, as the group of you walk over to the Pokemon shop, you see a lot of people are wearing what look like really weird masks. Especially the younger they are, the more likely it is that they seem to be wearing one of these masks. Most of them make them look like a fighting type Pokemon. One of them's wearing a Pancham mask, the other's wearing a Machop mask, which, if you think about it too much, makes you uncomfortable, so you stop looking at that child.
Okay.
But they all seem to be rushing out of the shop, and they swarm past you and then run off into the far distance, joining the throngs that are further in town.
Seth and Seth are actually
It's still happening!
are suddenly the first ones that want to be in that mart. So they're kind of dashing in. They're looking for masks.
They want masks.
Oh my god. Okay, so we'll say that Seth runs in, and there are still quite a few people in this Pokemart, more than you would have expected, probably at least a dozen. So they seem a little harried. People are running to and fro, trying to grab more inventory and pull stuff off shelves for people. Some people, aside from just wearing masks, have like this weird long beaded necklace looking thing hanging around their neck, and they like beat their chest and then run out of the store as well. And as you make your way up to the register, the the poor gentleman working the counter wipes his brow of sweat, takes a deep breath, opens his eyes and looks at you, and then sees you next to you and does kind of a double take for a second. And then he's
Twins.
like, oh, wait, they're probably twins. It's normal, it's fine. And then just says, hello, how can we help you today?
They both put their hands on the table. Where do you keep your masks?
And he kind of looks at you and then just looks at the literal shelves and shelves of masks just all over, like, the side wall of the Pokemon shop.
Where are they?
He idly and very slowly lifts a finger and points, hoping he's not unintentionally offending a blind person.
Thank you. And then he dashes off.
Anyway, the rest of you can come in now if you want as well. Ark, I'm going to say that they pretty much have, if you're really interested in buying one of these masks, they pretty much have a mask for any fighting type Pokemon that exists.
Okay. Can I keep it to myself for right now?
Yeah,
if
that's fine.
If I pick something? Okay.
Yeah, they're going to cost about 100 Poké Dollars. So if you want to just buy one, I'll subtract it from your group's total. And then you don't have to tell anyone what it is if you don't want to.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do?
I'm going to look at my options while they're doing that.
Okay.
He's perusing.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, so the rest of you enter and see the same thing. There's still a bunch of people in here. You now see Seth and his copy Seth on the back wall looking at masks. And the register's currently open if you felt fit to go up there.
Karen? Go sell your shit, dude!
Yes, I will go. So, but do I have it in my hand?
Have what in your hand?
It's in your inventory.
It's in your bag.
Oh, okay, all right. I went into my
It's
bag.
not.
And pulled out
You're not
little-
just unless you've been clutching the pearl ever since you got it.
Listen, it's my prized possession.
Okay, whatever.
All right, I'm gonna walk up. My good sir and/or madam, looks real close. Not really sure.
Sir, thank you.
Sir, might I say that I have something that's a really good deal for you today? I'm gonna put the rock on the table. Boom.
The rock.
The pearl.
The
Okay.
rock?
The pearl. Sorry. The pearl. I forgot I had a rock.
Use it because I'm a for a second.
Yes. No, see, yes, I would like you to admire the circumference, the diameter of this pearl. And I'd like to know, what would you buy it for?
All right. Does me buying it also cause you to stop holding up my line?
Yes.
He just got here.
1,000 Poké Dollars.
Okay.
Ooh, that's quite good. Now, if I show you that it spins, could I get like 1,001 Pokédollars? I never had
Oh my
one.
God.
Hold up my line, the less money it's gonna be worth. Starting
1,000 Pokemon dollars, and thank you.
very good. So let's go ahead and just get rid of that. And we can add 1,000 Poké Dollars to your money here once I get back to it.
$1 billion.
So there we go. Money goes up. All right, so the guy takes your pearl and just kind of puts it wherever RPG shopkeepers put their items. And he has the standard items that you would find at a basic Poké shop, potion, antidote, stuff like that. Did you want to buy anything while you're here?
Oh, do they have revives? I hadn't really thought about that.
No, they currently do not have revives.
Maybe
Well,
later.
I will consult the group later on how to spend the money. So.
Oh, do
I'll
they
thank
have
you for the time.
lures?
I'm sorry, what?
Do they have lures?
Lures.
Is this a mechanic you thought of?
No, actually, it was not. So I'm gonna say, as of right now, they do not have lures.
Fine.
One of the factors I didn't think to fold into this game was the Pokemon Let's Go games. So I'll think about that more, and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. That's all I
Anybody
want. I
else
don't want
like
anything else.
to buy anything?
Nah, just window smelling.
Good.
Seth was looking for something, but apparently didn't find it.
Okay. So you guys are done at the shop then?
Yeah.
Yep, we're done.
All right. So as you push your way through to the front door of the shop, a bunch of kids again squeeze past you. In fact, one of them is decidedly not a kid. Looks like he's probably in his mid-40s and a bit portly, and he's pushing children out of the way because he really wants to get that champ mask that's on sale. And as he gets into the room and makes enough space for you guys to squeeze by, you get back out into the streets of the city.
Okay.
Now that was weird.
What's this thing to the north? I'm curious about it.
This little thing right here?
Yeah.
All right, so as you walk up to that, it is actually a statue, and it looks like it is some sort of masked figure wearing a Pichu mask, flexing in the middle of a small benched area.
A human figure?
A human figure wearing a Pichu mask, flexing with benches around it for people to sit at.
And admire.
Sorry, we're looking in the chat. It says Macho Pichu.
Yep, exactly. It's Macho Pichu.
Is there like a plaque or anything?
Nope. Just says Macho Pichu on the plaque if you were to assume there is one, and there is now.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, there is one, and it says Macho Picchu. Great.
Great.
Okay. What about this building to the direct north of us?
Alright, so you walk up to the direct north, and you find what looks like some sort of strange, maybe business building. It looks like it might be there for some sort of official use, you're not sure. But it looks like it's actually one of the only establishments that's currently closed.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we should, in that case, go ahead and go to the Pokemon Center.
And pass by the gym on our way to it.
Yeah, let's scope out the gym while we pass by.
Just kind of look at it as we go by. Yeah. I
Take
like
a
that,
look,
yeah.
see, look inside. What's going on?
Well, you would absolutely love to get a real close look inside, but because of the throngs and throngs of people, we're talking literally hundreds of people clogging up the street. You have to fight your way and nudge and elbow through just to get past. There's screaming, shouting, people wearing masks and holding signs above their head with all kinds of encouraging or threatening phrases. There are men, large men in suits, checking for tickets and letting people in, small groups at a time. The lights that you saw from outside of the city are coming from on top of the gym, which are now still beckoning into the sky, waving as if some major event is about to begin. And you have to cover your ears just to deal with the sheer amount of shouting and cheering going on.
This is annoying to Rowan, who is pushing past people with wild abandon and enjoying it. I assume everyone else is sort of following the trail that she's
Lily's just ambling along at a comfortable pace directly behind Rowan through the clear path.
Kieran is slightly apologizing as we go. Sorry, get up there. Sorry.
Zorua got tired of dealing with it and is now just in Zorua form on Seth's shoulder.
Alright, so as you manage to bout the other side of the group of people, you see that the Pokemon Center is strangely much emptier than you would have anticipated. It seems like there's no time for healing or battling of their own Pokemon when everybody else is too interested in what's going to be happening at the gym today. So as you make your way up to the Pokemon Center, it's more or less a ghost town.
All right, great. That means we can get in and out.
Not a literal
don't you?
ghost town.
Oh.
All right, I put on my presentable face, lest we have a repeat of the last town.
But how if I rang the bell?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay. Ding! When we get in there.
Alright, so you walk in, you hit the bell. A Nurse Joy walks up, and she's like, oh, sorry, I wasn't expecting anybody to be here today. Are you not interested in the show? And she seems like she's distracted by something. In fact, she's not even facing you as she talks. She's sitting with her back to you.
Is she
TV on the
watching
other
TV or
side?
something?
Yeah.
As you peer over the counter to try to get a glance at what she's looking at, you see in the muffled distance a television. Here we are today, live from the Hosta City Gym, as we are preparing for the Challenger's approach for the first Pokemon battle in ages!
Oh God, they're expecting us.
Well, oh shit, was that for us?
Was that all for? Oh.
I assumed that there would probably be a bunch of challengers.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, well, as you're saying this out loud, Nurse Joy's gonna, like, sort of limply turn her head to look at you, and then she double takes and looks back and says, wait, are you the ones that are supposed to be challenging today?
Lily's walked out of the Pokemon Center. She's gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
What? No, you...
Lily, come back! We need to heal!
Lily's gone.
Okay.
Lily!
Okay.
Are you guys... Okay, well,
All right.
Lily has made the decision to leave the Pokemon Center. Are you
Okay.
going to remain in the Pokemon Center, or are you going to follow her?
I'm gonna heal Nidoran
I
first.
gotta heal my carp.
Arc?
I don't need anything.
So are you going to
So
go
are you
after
gonna
her,
follow
or are you
Lily
going
or
to
what?
Fuck. I guess, yeah, they split.
stay? Yeah, now you have to
Z-
choose which way you want to go.
Zoroa turns into Seth and hangs out with them, and Seth runs after Lily. Hey, wait up!
All right,
Yeah.
well, we're going to do
Okay.
the Pokemon Center scene first. So, the Nurse Joy slaps the counter and pushes herself up, almost to the point of pushing herself up off the floor, leaning over to look at you guys. What are you doing here? Danger Stain's she's going to be waiting for you. Your match is in like an hour. You can't be here.
Oh,
Well, we need to heal first, so maybe can we do that really quick, please? Like really fast?
And she's like, yeah,
My
yeah,
magic carp is
come on. And she
fainted.
slaps the Pokeball, like, holder on the table for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, and then we just all load up together. We just
Okay.
load it up with everybody.
Can the Seth Zoroa sit in the little Pokeball container? Too?
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. In fact, it's his first reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
What is Seth doing?
She doesn't even think twice about it, and in such a hurry, she rushes off, blitzing past the TV into the emergency room portion. And Jay and Hannah, roll a perception check.
Okay,
Is
my
that a
eyes
D20?
tell me.
Yeah, roll a d20.
15.
15.
Okay, cool. As you
Net 30.
Yeah, that's a nat 30, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Math.
going to be separately, not it's the average or whatever. Anyway, the point is that you
Aw.
both got the same number, so you're both going to see the same thing, which is
7.5 per eye. I'm sorry.
it's okay. As the Nurse Joy runs past and you can see the TV, you see the gentleman who the scene on the TV now cuts to is just the most ripped, bulging, muscular man you've ever seen. His skin is tanned to perfection, and he wears this tiny little black, like, I don't even know what you call it, wrestling one, like,
Leotard.
it's not a
Leotard?
leotard, it's just like the underwear portion.
Oh.
So he's just
Oh,
wearing
the
enough to be
Zangief.
decent. And then,
Speedo. Wrestling Speedo.
yeah, there you go, that's it. And then
Banana
his
hammock.
bulging his bulging pecs lead up to a tree trunk of a neck, which on top of it is what looks like a Pancham's head.
What? Okay.
As
Okay.
it looks out on the crowd, he lets out a loud "Roar! Where are they?" And the entire
Oh, shit.
crowd just shouts, "Yeah, Dayton!"
Ah, fuck. We should go.
Good thing we showed up today.
Fall.
And you see the reporter come back on screen, kind of like pulling the camera back so it's looking at him instead of Dayton. And that's the scene here at Hostas City Gym, where Dangerous Dayton now stands in the ring, waiting for his challengers. They're scheduled to be here any minute now, and I, for one, am quaking in my boots. And then it gets
Jesus Christ. Okie dokie.
Awaken. I get it.
Well, right now we're just waiting for Nurse Joy to come back.
and
Yeah.
the challengers are approaching. Anyway, as the Pokemon are being healed, we cut to Seth, who now runs out of the Pokemon Center and is, I'm assuming, to some degree on Lily's trail. Lily, what are you doing as you leave the Pokemon Center?
Well, the destination is this little pond that you've got down here
Okay.
in the middle of town.
What?
So sure, you make your way down to this pond, and I'm going
Seth-
to assume that Seth is able to at least notice the direction you went in.
Seth looks left and then looks forward at where Lily's heading. He's like, but, oh, hang on! And he follows after her as quickly as he can.
All right, so I'm assuming you're gonna catch up to the. You're both at the
yeah,
pond
the-
now.
That's the goal.
Oh, hey, Seth.
What? What do you want? Oh, where are we going? What's going on?
Oh, I just couldn't be in that room anymore.
Oh, okay. Why? What was wrong?
Do you think we're gonna be on TV?
Yeah, probably. It looks like it. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just wasn't expecting that kind of attention, that kind of press.
Oh,
But
okay.
it'll be fine.
Well, if you don't want that, we could go back and get you a mask.
That's a good idea.
You wanna?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. And then, he's right after her.
You run. You should run.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. You should run.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
so we're going to continue following this train for a few seconds. You go back to the Pokemon shop, which at this point has started to thin out because people are mostly gone to try and get to the Pokemon Center, or the gym. And as you step back inside, the shopkeeper notices you and then grows a little hesitant considering the people you were with previously, but doesn't say anything.
Can I just will any mask into existence?
Any fighting type Pokemon mask
Oh,
exists.
fighting type specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, fucking list of.
Yeah. I did the same. That's why I was like, eh.
All right. I'll do this as quickly as I can. I've got the
Take your
list.
time.
open.
It's perfectly fine.
No.
I'm interested in the choice you're going to make.
We're in metaspace right now.
Breloom! We should go with Breloom!
Yeah, I was about to say Breloom.
That's
It goes with your dress! And it's like a big hat!
no. You picked it because it's a grass type.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
Chestnut?
Let the girl pick.
Okay.
It's got to be
Perfect.
fashionable.
Perfect. So Lily covers her entire face with a big ol' polyrath mask.
Oh my god!
So it's effectively just a giant swirl covering up her face. And she wears it up to the counter and says, I'd like to make a purchase.
And the gentleman nods and he says, of course, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That'll be 100 Poké Dollars. Is that okay?
Oh, shoot, I don't have that. Oh, wait, yeah, sure.
All right, so let's go ahead and get that purchased for you. And anything for the gentleman?
Fucking. I already had a look. I guess I'm looking again. He comes around with a Toxicroak mask.
All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll deduct that from your list, and we'll go ahead and add.
It's got a big old smile on it, like a big old Joker smile.
Toxicroak mask times 1, and we'll put that in your key items inventory here, and then also a Polyrath, right? Just put that like that for now. Ooh, come on.
You're not clicking. Yeah.
Polyrath mask times 1, and we'll put that.
Key items.
Oh, they sure are. Anyway, so, wearing these masks, the gentleman says, yes, you look like you're ready for the match. Now, you should probably hurry, though. It's going to be starting soon, if I'm not mistaken. And he reaches out for a remote and clicks it, and the large, 60-inch TVs on the wall turn on, and you see more of the commercial that they had just witnessed in the Pokemon Center.
I'm not even really waiting. Come on, Lily, let's go.
Lily is not a fast traveler, so you gotta, pull on her arm if you're trying to speed things up.
Just a little tug, not a big one.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are going to make your way back to the Pokemon Center, I take it?
Actually, we probably head straight
yeah,
to the gym at this point.
I don't need the Pokemon Center. Let's go to the gym.
All right, so you start heading back to the crowd. Meanwhile, the Nurse Joy comes up to the other two, and you can see her rushing, and she's running, and she goes to slam the tray back onto the table, and then remembers that these are living creatures, and then very carefully places it back down, and looks at you with a very haggard look in her face.
Seth Zoroa is he's bunched up. He's pulled his legs up to his feet, or up to his chest, and he like steps off of the counter whenever she puts him down. Also, by the way, she's very strong.
She's buff. Everybody in this town buff.
Okay, all right. Let's just grab our shit and go. Let's go. Go.
Mhm.
I'm like ushering Kieran and Zora out the door. Come on.
All right.
We got our balls. Let's go.
We got our balls. Let's go. All right. So you guys managed to make it out of the Pokemon Center and into the line for the gym. Now,
Do we manage to find each other?
I'm going to say at first no, but once enough of the people get into the gym, that you can like sort of see each other and make each other out and kind of like fight your way through the crowds towards each other.
Okay, cool.
Zoro has changed back into normal form and has hopped onto Rowan's shoulder to save some time here.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
I pet it because I love it.
All right. So as the crowd continues moving down, also, are you guys going to say anything about the Poliwrath and Toxicroak masks?
Oh, I thought you said we hadn't met each other again yet.
Well, no, you just, as the crowds are thinning out, you're going to get to that
Okay.
point. So I'm going to say that, you know, we're at that point where you can start to see each other.
I have absolutely no questions about this.
Shoulder-
I'm really concerned about getting there soon.
Zoro, shoulder hop.
Those!
Yeah, and Lily doesn't really feel like it owes an explanation. Like, yeah, duh.
But,
We went to the store.
Get one
Let's
later.
go.
Okay, let's go.
I got one later, it's fine.
We like elbow our ways up to the bouncers. Like, we're supposed to be in there. We're fighting tonight. Can we go in?
And the two bouncers, who again are these just two massive men that look like they could probably be brawlers in their own right, kind of look down at you from their shades, look at each other, and then look back down at the group of you and just croak out, "Tickets."
But we're supposed to be fighting. We're the challengers. We're approaching.
Do we have a...
Oh,
Tickets?
here's my Pokédex. And Rowan like thinks like, oh shit, my ID, my Pokédex. You'll see. Look who I am. Look.
So do you hand him your Pokedex or do you hand him your trainer card?
Trainer card, I guess?
I had them both!
So he takes Rowan and Kirian's trainer cards and Kirian's phone, because your Pokedex is just an app on your phone.
What the hell?
He kind of just looks at the phone and hands it back to you politely, and then looks at the trainer
Thank you.
cards, moves over to what looks like a small iPad-type device next to the entrance and swipes the two cards, and they both go, boop, 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 bing, boop, 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 bing. And looking over the information, they say, checks out. Yep, you too. Cards.
Yep. He's Seth's got his very quickly.
Bing.
Are you handing over the card?
Yes,
All right.
that was Bing. Bing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, he scans both the cards. Your profiles come up. It shows that you are indeed the challengers for this evening. And they both nod, hand your cards back, and they say, you're going to want to talk to Sheila. She'll, and the guy looks over you, get you prepared. And the second guard looks at you and says, looks like some of you are already prepared. Still talk to Sheila. And they part ways, and the glass doors, which are probably about 20 feet tall and have like snow etchings or whatever that's called, frosted etchings of various fighting Pokemon flexing on it. And as they part open, you're ushered in, where tons of people are scurrying about, running to concession stands, running to get their seats. If you've ever been to any sort of sports ball stadium similar to that.
Sports balls.
Yeah. At the very middle of the area looks like the information desk.
Okay, let's go right up there. Hi, we need Sheila.
And the woman, as you talk to her, looks slightly concerned, and leaning in, she says, "You need to speak to Sheila?"
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
We are
hold
the
on.
challengers!
Yes, I figured usually they're the only ones that can just speak to Sheila. Give me 1 second. And she reaches under the desk and hits a few buttons, and you hear, "Sheila! You've got your challenges, they're here!" And everybody stops and starts looking around as if they want an opportunity to talk to the challengers, but before any of you could say or do anything, you feel a collective grasp, almost as if somebody's arms were large enough to grab around all 4 of you and just start to tug you back with a great amount of force.
Whoa.
All right, let's go.
Your vision
I
goes
love
dark.
this. Let's do it.
You hear the telltale popping sound of a large spotlight turning on. And a woman in a business casual suit. She's wearing kind of like a 3-piece suit, but it's loosely open so that all that is underneath is this really unkempt and untucked button-up shirt. She's got a tie that's loosely hanging around her neck, and she's got a lollipop stationed in her mouth that she's sort of nibbling on while she's looking at the lot of you. Her long
Is this a lollipop or a 4 kids lollipop?
It's a lollipop. Her long black hair is messily dangling over her face to the point where only one bespectacled eye can be seen looking over you. Her gaze is so fierce, you can almost feel her undressing you with her singular eye. And she just goes, no, this won't do, this won't do, this won't do. You guys can't go out there looking like this. What's wrong with you? Well, at least you two are started.
Wait, which 2?
And she points to the 2 wearing masks.
Oh.
Yes, this keeps made of the finest. Wait, what do you mean then?
Look, if you're gonna go out there, you're gonna be on actual television, and we are not gonna get viewers if you go out there looking like, and she does one of those, like, hand up and down and then, like, disturbed wavy motions.
Hey, what's wrong with the way I look? I'm perfect for television.
Where's the dressing room? Seth is so excited.
And she takes the lollipop out of her mouth and points to what look like half-dozen curtained off sections that each have their own little, like, wardrobes inside of them. You better
Seth does not wait for Rowan to be indignant. He is off into the rooms.
Now look, you're gonna need at least 2 things when you go out there. You need to have a mask. Obviously, some of you got that memo. And then the other thing you're going to need is a name. I can't have you out there as Jilly Bobob. And she snaps the lollipop back into her mouth, flips her hair, and then goes and takes a seat on the stool, looking at her watch impatiently.
Okay. Rowan's starting to feel the pressure. She goes back into one of the dressing rooms, too.
Yeah.
Your dressing rooms will be fully equipped with any fighting type Pokemon's mask, as well as a litany of other professional wrestler style wardrobes. Feel free to make yourself look however you want, but the only thing you will need in order to start the match is a mask and a fighting name.
Okay. So we can have stuff in addition to the mask?
Oh yeah, you can basically, you have carte blanche to make yourself look however you want in terms of, like, wrestling wardrobe.
And am I allowed to modify the mask?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Well, Lily doesn't need any of these costumes on the wall. She's actually got something from home.
Oh dear.
Now, I did message you, I did DM you about this before. So she pulls out from her bag this reused Sunflora costume that she had from an educational, eco-friendly pageant that she once performed for children. It's just a very community college theater, like, just skin-tight green suit with, like, a Sunflora mane around it and then leaves on the hands. And meanwhile, she has cut around everything on the Poliwrath mask except for the swirls, so her face is just covered up with a big ol' swirl. Meanwhile, the rest of her is dressed up like a flower.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love it. So are you gonna step out of the wardrobe?
Yes.
Okay.
Lily's the
doing
first
so-
one ready.
Yeah. Sheila, who's like, they only have a few minutes. They better. Oh, okay, darling. And what's your name?
Darling.
Mr. Golden Sun?
You know, I'm not getting paid by the name. That's fine, Mr. Golden Sun. We're writing it down. And she ushers you over, waving you by the lollipop and pointing you to stand on what looks like a small, not a dolly, but a platform that looks like it probably separates and moves. So watch your step. Wait there. Your friends will be out in just a minute.
Does anybody else got anything?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Okay. I'm looking through everything. I look at all my options. I choose the one thing that's sort of going with my thing, which is the Mind Shao mask.
Okay.
And then I pick out sort of a like a wrestling, a typical wrestling thing for women. Like it's covering everything, but it's also a little sexy.
Okay. What color is it?
It's purple and white, like the Mind Shao.
All right.
And then over that, I'm gonna have almost whatchamacallit, like the thing with the long arms and the
Kimono?
kimono. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
it's like a kimono with the like how Mind Shao has like the drapey things, like the drapey things.
Okay, so you're basically
With-
making
okay,
like
hands.
a Mind Shao inspired wrestling uniform.
Yes, but when I go out, I'm gonna take it off and it's gonna be sexy and awesome.
Okay. And Sheila takes a look at you as you step out, and she's like, "Nice, nice." And your name, darling? That ain't a name, dear.
Lotat tries to help. Lotat?
Yeah, okay, wait, that one. We'll go with Aurasphere.
Aurasphere. Okay.
Yeah.
Lotat's pleased to have helped.
Thank you, Lotad.
All right, and Sheila again looks at you, gives you a nod, blows the hair out of her eye for a second, and then sort of nudges her head in the direction as to where Lily's standing.
Okay, I go and stand next to Lily, and I look at my outfit, and I look at Lily's outfit. Was that back there?
I didn't see that back there.
I just kind of brought it from home.
Nice.
Did you have it with you the whole time?
I've got a lot of shit in this bag.
Is it covered in donuts?
Oh, it's got blood on it now. There you go. No. Anyway, who wants to go next?
I do. I only
Okay.
need one thing.
All right.
And then Cinderella mask.
Okay, sure.
Yes!
I mean, that's fire dark, right? But I'll give it to you.
Shit, right.
It's fine. I'll make
Thank
some wiggle
you.
room. That's fine. So
Yeah,
you're wearing the Cinderella mask. You come out, and are you
Yes.
wearing anything else? Or are you still wearing?
No,
your-
I think it goes with my ensemble already.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say fully nude.
Oh, God, no!
All right. So, what's your name? She says, looking at you.
Sinis.
Sorry.
Yes? Oh, it is Sinister Mittens.
Sinister Mittens?
Sinister Mittens.
And you can see Sheila's eyelid flutter a little bit, like she's not sure if she heard the right thing. But
she did.
She types it into the computer, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, okay, just one thing, darling. Hold on, you got a little problem here with you." And you notice that she's slowly starting to unbutton your vest and shirt.
Oh, wait, whoa,
And she,
what?
In a flash, just snaps her wrist, and everything except for your pants and cape come off. There you go. Much better. That'll definitely get the eyes looking, if you know what I mean. And she throws them behind herself, somewhere in a pile of other clothing piled up in the corner. Anyway,
My
you
wrist!
stand with the rest of your friends. They're already ready.
Okay, thank you, bye. I just covered my nips.
Carrion, what's your routine?
My nitties!
Anyway, Seth's the remainder here.
Seth comes out, and Kyrian might be surprised to see that he is also wearing a cape, much like his, except the collar is even bigger. It goes up over his head. He is already shirtless. He did not need to be informed that was necessary. And he's wearing something similar to, I guess, There's black pants, but they're like torn up a lot at the bottom specifically. They look like
They're edge pants.
appropriately spooky.
Yeah,
Okay,
I imagine
spooky.
like fucking what's his name, Gladion's pants.
I don't remember what his pants look like. Sure,
They're just black pants with like torn, like ripped marks all over them.
sure, but with more of a ghostly theme than an
Okay.
edgelord theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you come out looking like that, and Sheila's like, "Nice,
Yeah.
nice. I'm glad I don't have to worry about undressing you." Anyway, name boy,
The shade.
the Shade. Nice. I see somebody has been watching our programming. Great, I love it. Anyway, so she says, "Go on onto the platform."
All right.
Okay. Get on the platform.
So, as the lot of you stand on this platform, it's kind of like a balcony, and it seems like it's out of place because it doesn't seem like there should be a balcony here. Like, why is this weird fenced off portion of this room here? And that's when you notice that Sheila is now smashing away at her keyboard, and she finally looks like she's ready to begin something. And she gives one last look back, snapping her head around so that her one sharp, piercing eye is gazing on you. And she yanks the lollipop out of her mouth, and she says, "Are you ready, darlings?"
Everybody jumps.
Pretty much,
Rowan
yes.
is kind of feeding off of her energy now, and it helps that she's in a suit, and Rowan's kind of into that. And she's like, "Yes!"
Kyrian is not used to being shirtless.
He
And-
wrapped himself up in his cape.
yeah, basically. Like Dracula.
And crunching down on the lollipop loud enough to cause a reverberating crunch, the remaining candy shattering over the keyboard. She raises her hand above her head and slams the enter key, and the curtains in front of you swing open, and you notice that you're now standing probably 200 feet above the entire auditorium. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people suddenly burst out in applause, clapping their hands, screaming and howling. Lights are shooting around everywhere, moving around in circles, and down in the very center, you can see what looks like a Pokemon arena fashioned like a massive wrestling ring.
So they can see us now?
Oh yeah, you're still high and in the sky though. But as soon as you say that, you feel a sudden lurch, and the balcony that you're standing on descends, moving away from the room. The curtain behind you closes and snaps shut. The platform you're riding on has lights shoot out from the sides. And the crowd again erupts in wild applause and laughter and screams of joy as the stationary platform you were once standing on begins to ride on a rail down towards the ring. Adulation, praise, applause, screams surround you. Lights of all colors shooting out in all directions. People holding up signs and waving them at you as you descend.
Okay, Rowan is fucking living for this. Her arms are out. She's like working every angle of the crowd. She's like never had anything like this before, and she's just feeling so good. She loves this.
How's everybody else feeling?
Lily is doing the parade wave where you just stand on the float and then just like gently nod your wrist. But her hands have giant leaves stapled to them, so.
Oh my gosh. Kyrian still has his cape wrapped around him with one hand, but he's kind of waving with the other, like, ah, hey, ha, ha, ho, ho. Why is everyone so extra here?
Seth is he's got his arms crossed over his chest and he's laughing like ha 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 ha, and he's trying to go for like the super cool laugh, but like he doesn't really quite have the voice for it. But his outfit is a lot more flowy than it feels like it should be. Like maybe there's something going on there. I don't know.
And as you bask in the crowd's cheers, the platform that you're standing on slowly comes to a stop and connects to the blue end of this arena. As you can now tell that half of it is painted in a faint blue color and the other half is painted in a faint red color. On the opposite end, however, if you look just beyond the ring, it looks like there's nothing more than a solid brick wall. And that's when you hear it. A very faint rumbling. And you can hear the crowd. Dayton! 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 And the wall shows a crack, followed by a pound. And an increasingly large crack, followed by a pound. And then the wall bursts open. Rubble and crushed brick flying everywhere. The dust filling the ring. And as it starts to dissipate, the flexing body, freshly oiled so that the light glints off of it, of dangerous Dayton, smiling at his challengers. Running the rest of the distance towards the ring, gripping onto the ropes, springing himself into the air, doing a triple axel and landing in a horse stance, only to point his face directly at you, the sneering grin of a bemasked Pancham glancing at you.
Oh, I forgot!
And he says, "Who is it that dares challenge the most daring, dashing, and demented of wrestlers in all of Cetro? Who is it?" And the entire crowd yells out simultaneously, "Dangerous Dayton!" And he smacks his chest.
Daytona!
And breathing heavily, he looks out upon you and he says, "Who is it that dares defy me?" And he points first at Rowan.
Oh, right. Fuck. Hang on. This isn't canon. This is just me. I am Orosphere, and I'm here to take you down.
And then his point moves over to Kyrian.
Well, I mean, the kid's been wrapped around this whole time, so he sees this opportunity like he's gonna match this energy. So he swooshes it out to the side and puts his hands on his hips, elbows spread wide, and just sinister mittens.
And not even, unlike your DM, not even missing a beat, he moves his finger over to Seth.
The shade has come, and like his cape does like a very dramatic swoosh that nobody set him up for. Absolutely nobody set him up, and he definitely did not make it do that.
And then finally landing on Lily.
Yeah. Is there a microphone on this platform?
Yeah, there's like a boom mic over your head.
Okay. So in that case, Lily does not raise her voice louder than her normal speaking voice, and says, "And I'm Mr. Golden Sun. Save the Combies, they're dying."
And as you finish introducing yourselves, you hear a gasp as a black, enshadowed figure jumps from the ceiling. The curtains that you had previously descended from swoosh open as this almost shadow-like being swings down on a rope, twirling through the air and committing a three-point landing. As it descends, high fives Dayton, whose hand is now up, prepared for it. And standing up, turning, you see the familiar face of Sheila. Her dark hair now covering not a pair of glasses, but a long pointed dark mask. Her suit is gone, and in its place is a completely sequined bikini and long flowing sequined bottom. She turns to look at the lot of you, and taking the lollipop out of her mouth, she smiles and says, "So, a lot of you think you're enough to fight Dayton, huh?
Well then, I, the Black Cat of the arena, will be the judge. The match will be a 4 against 4. And, let's keep it clean, huh?
And she backs up, putting the lollipop back into her mouth. And Dayton laughs, nodding to her. Thank you! Now, I will be sending out my Pokemon first to give you puny weaklings the greatest edge you could possibly have. And throwing out his arms, magically, almost as if they came out of his body, the Pokeballs fire forward. And... Da-da-da-da. A Scraggy, Zorua, Makuhita, and a Pancham land all next to each other and equally strike intimidating flexing poses at the center of the ring.
Oh, I see.
So, darlings, this will be your chance. You each get to pick one. Go ahead and, send it out whenever you're ready. The crowd's waiting.
Can you show us the,
Yeah, it's a little off screen.
It's a little off screen.
Sorry.
Oh, not for me.
Not for me.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Weird.
Do you guys have a preference?
I do.
Okay.
All right then, and Seth throws out his Pokeball. It spins dramatically, and Aggron screams into life as he lands in the center of the stage.
And
on Seth's side.
one quick second. Dangerous Dayton kind of looks taken aback for a second, almost like the sanctioned organization knows that I'm like the first gym, right? Like, what is going on? But he doesn't let it crack through his character, and he just kind of like knowingly nods. But in the back of his head, he's actually a little confused.
How did it come to this?
Who are you fighting?
I think he would probably he would look at the Zora for that. Aggron's eyes glint and like zero in on Zora and then crack its neck a little bit.
All right, who else?
All right. I will send out Pidove.
All
You're
right.
setting up Pidove? Okay.
I'm gonna try out Pidove.
It is the angriest one.
It is the angriest.
All right, so you send out Pidove, who comes fluttering angrily into the arena. Next.
Yes.
I'm gonna send out Nidoran, obviously.
All right, so we have Nidoran male. And Lily.
Lotad. And Lotad actually should still have damage carried over from the last battle, but I do not remember how much.
Let's just say it was like 4. But he leveled
Okay.
up, so he should be at like 29 HP now, or something like that. So that'll be fine. All right, so as your 4 Pokemon come landing into the center of the arena, they're stared down at by the other 4 Pokemon growling menacingly. And I'm going to need all 4 of you to roll initiative.
All
right.
You got it.
9.
D20, right?
Yeah, D20.
11.
9 as well.
Should we reroll?
Hold on, no, you're fine. You said 9, Ark?
Okay. Yeah.
And, Ryu, you said 9 as well?
Yes.
I got 12.
12. And Hannah?
11.
11, okay. Alright, so let me just get these guys' numbers up. And, oh, no, wait, there it is. What am I missing? Oh, right, the other Zorua. That's not going to be confusing. That's perfectly fine. Alright, so the Pancham actually gets to go first, and setting his sights on the first Pokemon that he was able to take a look at, which is the Aggron, decides that Nobody comes into this Pancham's arena and acts like a big shot except for him. So running up to the up to the Aggron, he raises his fist and does an arm thrust. And shit. Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. Manages to hit for 1 point of damage, which is going to double to 2 points of damage since you're weak.
Okay.
Boop. And he kind of looks proud of himself despite the fact that he barely did any damage. Next is the Scraggy, who takes a look over at that Pidove there and is like, you know, don't think I'm very fond of that guy. Don't think I like him very much at all. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give him a sand attack. So actually misses with that sand attack. So he kicks some dust up, but there's no dust in the arena since it's been freshly cleaned for the fight. And he looks frustrated and just crosses his arms and says, Scraggy.
Oh, Scraggy is cute.
Up next is Pidove.
Okay. Yes. Do you remember when I said that I lost my notes? Do I have wing attack or did I have peck?
Jay, come on now.
I'm going to assume that your Pidove was probably around level 5 or 6, so I'm just going to say 6 and use Bulbapedia to determine what moves you have.
Okay. Which generation?
The most recent one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright. Okay. Well, that would give me Gust. No, that's the wrong one. Wait, nope, Gust.
God damn it, Jay. Do I have to look this up for you?
No. It's Iteration 7, it's Gust.
All right, and remember that if I remember correctly, your Pidove has big pecs, which means that it can't have its stats lowered, its defense lowered. So do remember that.
His Pidove has big pecs?
He's got big pecs. He's ready for this fight.
He's just full of hate.
Jay, does Kyrian have big pecs?
Yes, he was chopping wood when we first met him, so I guess he would have some muscle to him, yeah.
It's ripped.
Here we go. We give him the quadruple pecs.
It's like Flanders when you, like, take off that sweater vest. He's just ripped under there.
Yeah.
Well, like any of the freaking, like, shonen anime little boy main characters that are, like, 11 years old, but somehow they're still fucking ripped.
This is a good time. Yes, so, now I have to ask,
Yes.
a move like Gust, is that still a one-on-one move?
Okay, so I am going to look this up. Okay, Gust has a 100% accuracy, which means you have to roll a d20. If you roll a 1, that's the only way you can possibly miss.
Let's hope I don't do that again. Alright, well, I'm going to try to retaliate against the Scraggy, specifically.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a 7. I thought it was a 1.
Alright, so you hit, roll a d4.
Alright. Bring it on. 2.
Alright, so the gust wind picks up and hits Scraggy, who is taken back by the wind and gets knocked down to his knees a little bit. Since he's actually weak to the attack, does more damage, and he kind of just falls and stumbles back, looking up at the Pidove angrily. Alright, and next is Nidoran.
Okay, so who's fighting who right now? Sorry, I know.
There's no real, like, one-to-one. You can attack anyone you want.
Okay.
I got attacked by Pancham.
Okay. Anybody weak to poison? Sorry, I don't know. If
All the
get
fighting
double
types.
kick?
all fighting types are weak to poison?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go after Makahita then.
Okay. And the Makuhita's kind of sitting there, drumming on his belly a little bit, waiting. He's like, come on, hit me. Come on, do it.
Do you
I want you to do it. We're gonna poison sting.
Alright, go ahead.
15 and 3.
Alright, so go ahead and he takes the damage as you run up, I'm assuming, and give him a little sting from the head.
Oh yeah, we're running up, we're giving him as much of a sting as we possibly can. Nidoran is going for it. Nidoran is also feeling the crowd, and also, I don't know what what gender this Makuhita is, but he does have rivalry, my Nidoran.
Okay, so in that case, we're gonna say that the. Give me 1 second. We're gonna say that the Makuhita is female, so rivalry does not proc.
Okay.
So you did your 6 damage since he's weak to it, and roll to see if you get poison.
Is that D6?
That's a good question. I forget. Give me 1 second. I really should make these out as cards so I don't have to keep referencing them all the time. That would make it easier. I think it's 10%, so roll a d20. Or, sorry, roll a d10.
D10.
Hey, the chat really wants to let you know that fighting is not weak to poison.
Cool, thanks,
Oh.
chat.
Well,
Narcs.
I lied to. Okay, well, fine. Sorry, my bad. Boop.
Damn.
Poison resist fighting, though.
7 is my.
You
is
rolled
my
a 7 on
D10.
the d20?
On the D10.
On the d10, sorry, yes. Okay, so the poison does not proc then.
Okay.
Alright, so there you go. Next is... Sorry, I have my chart pulled up here. I know what I'm doing. I've played Pokemon before. Next is Makuhita, who now looks down at the Nidoran, who just tried to poison him, and realizes he's feeling better than he was expecting to feel. And let's see here. He is going to do arm thrust as well. So he tries to reach out and push you away. So we're going to go ahead and roll. That's a 14, so that hits. And to roll the d4 here. And that's a 2. So he ends up... Where is the Nidoran? There it is. Ends up doing 2 points of damage. Let me just check here.
Chat says fighting isn't very effective against poison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just right. And we're gonna try that again. Because let's see here. 2 to 5 times per use. So he hit once, and see if he hits again. He hits a second time for 1 point of damage. Oh, not Zero. Duran. And he tries to push you again and misses. So you get hit twice from these 2 big ol' slappy hands.
Okay.
All right. Next is Seth's Zorua.
Okay, so having been attacked by Pancham and not having been attacked very much, Zorua grins down at this thing, grabs it by the arm, and then throws it at the ropes behind it, trying to hit it with a pursuit as it's being thrown.
All right, so go ahead and use pursuit.
Okay. I will do a d20 then. That's an actual 20.
That is
Nice! All right, so
confirmed.
your attack's gonna do double damage.
Okay. And D what?
D4,
D4?
Yep. D4.
right?
D4. It's a 2.
Nice. So you do. Where is he? You said the Pancham, right?
Yes.
All right. So let me look up Pancham real quick and see how he takes dark damage. He takes half damage from dark. So it halved and then doubled, so it's pretty much the same
2.
thing. You said you rolled a 2, so there you go. And the Pancham kind of just flexes on you as you try to do more damage to him. All right, next is Lotad.
Lotad! Lotad is going to go for the Astonish on Zorua.
All right, so go ahead and do that.
Nah. Okay, hit 1 damage, did not flinch.
All right, so let me go ahead and take a look here. It's a ghost attack, so it does half damage, but I'm going to be nice and round up, and it's going to take 1 damage. It doesn't flinch. And the Zorua kind of is like, huh? Never mind. And just
Lotad! Lotad fixes hot shit.
All right, and that gives us the Zorua that belongs to Dayton, who is going to look over at that other, at that Aggron, and this Zorua knows what's up. He understands what's going on.
Shit.
And
Sold out by your own kind.
oh. Running up, he's going to try and use his own scratch attack against this Aggron, sneering and looking through its disguise. And hitting, he's going to do 2 points of damage. No, wrong zero.
I mean, if you wanna.
No.
He
And as
misses.
his claws go running through the opposing Pokemon, let's see here. Okay, so as the scratch runs through the Zorua, its form slowly changes from that of a large, terrifying Aggron back into a tiny little Zorua, and Dangerous Dayton's Zorua looks at him and just goes, Zorua.
That knew it.
And mine just grins back like, hey, you got me.
Alright, so next is Pancham. We're back at the top of the order. So Pancham, noticing now that this tiny little baby Zorua is nothing more than a small threat, raises his arm again and gets ready to lay the smack down. So let's go back to Pancham.
Zorua, get out of there!
Yeah.
And
They both run.
tries to also give him a nice tackle. Oh, that's an 18. Nice. For 2 points of damage. Bop. There we go. So that brings it up to Scraggy. And Scraggy is feeling like, you know, that the Pidove is being a bit of a jerk. I don't like him. I'm gonna go over there, and he kind of hid from my dust. So I'm just gonna go ahead and maybe try to punch him, maybe. And that's a
Mayor
16.
Quippy?
Great. So that
That
hits.
Scraggy has a lot of personality.
And he does.
I mean, have you seen Scraggy? I kind of get it.
Yeah, you're right.
His pants don't fit.
His
Yeah.
pants don't fit.
So he's just always grumpy, like, fuck everybody.
All of my time is wasted pulling up my
Yeah.
pants.
Also, what the hell's a belt?
So it actually does 4 damage total to the Pidove, who now is a bird that got punched. Next, we go to Nidoran. Pidove. It's Pidove's turn after just getting punched.
Okay, good. Retaliation is at hand. Yeah, we're gonna go with Gust again.
All right, and who are you targeting?
There we go. Get back that Scraggy. Yeah, we get the
I'm
Scraggy.
gonna tag the Scraggy again. Okay.
Yeah, tag Scraggy. With a 9. That can be line. Okay. So it's not a 1, so I'm gonna roll my 4Z. Oh god. And that is a 3.
All right. So you said Scraggy, right?
Yeah.
Oof. So the Scraggy goes tumbling again backwards by the wind, grabbing grabbing onto the ring with his little fingers, trying to keep himself steadied as he's pushed backward. And as the fight's going on, you can hear the cheers of the crowd, screams, cries going on. Everyone's cheering on as Dayton is gritting his teeth, shouting out orders and attacks to his Pokemon. And it's Nidoran's turn.
Alright, Nidoran still going after Makihita. I think it would be about this time that Rowan just takes off the what was it? Kimono. The kimono that she was wearing to reveal her actual outfit, and she's like, Nidoran, give it everything you've got! Like, really doing it. She's like really into it. Poison sting! And like Nidoran's like just
What was under the outfit?
Yeah, what
it
was the
a
actual outfit?
it was like a sexier outfit. You know, like female wrestlers kind of have like they've always got the midriff and like the boobage. It's like that, but it matches the aesthetic.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sexy.
Great.
Rowan is feeling it.
Nice. No, good. And what were you doing? What attack?
Poison sting
All right.
On who?
And who?
on Makihita.
All right. And go ahead and roll.
Wait. Do you have double kick?
No.
Okay.
13 on the D20 and 3 on the D4.
All right. And
The D10 is 8.
All right, and no shit, that's just shy. Sorry, just
Damn it!
It needs to be a 9 or 10 for poison. Sorry, I was hoping for it too. Anyway, so the poison sting hits the Makuhita, who still seems to be like pounding himself and drumming himself up for her battle. He's looking down at Nidoran, getting ready to go fisticuffs with him. In fact, it's actually his turn. So he's going to try and push you away again. He's like, guys, get away from me. And that's actually a miss. So he just
Nice!
whiffs his big old hands around idly, doing nothing.
Nidoran's like running in circles around this Makuhita.
Next is Seth Zerua.
Okay, question.
Yes.
Can I use other types of moves while I'm transformed?
You are no longer transformed.
I can retransform, right?
No, you can only transform when you come out into battle.
Oh, this is a new bit of information.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as battle's concerned.
Okay. There goes that plan. Whew, shot down. Okay. In that case, he smells blood in the water looking at Scraggy and hits him with the best leer that he's got.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
Okay. 2.
Alright, that still hits, I think. Right, Lear's 100%? Is 100%?
I don't.
Yes. Alright,
Okay.
so Scraggy gets -1 defense. Okay, and Scraggy is like feeling kind of like maybe people are ganging up on him, and hey, this ain't fair. This ain't regulation. And it's Lotad's turn.
Have you not seen WWE? They always gang up on someone. And everyone else just sits around like, oh man, I wish we could help somehow.
What next?
It's Lotad's turn.
Yeah. Do I get aim for the horn bonus points if I jump off the turnbuckles?
I said if you want to add flavor to your attacks,
I
then
would do
you
that,
might-
except an off the turnbuckle absorb doesn't sound very hot. So I'll
If you can find a way to make it work, and I buy into it enough, then I will reward you in some way.
I just wanted,
Seduce me.
I was just asking mechanically. I'm not actually planning on it. Lily doesn't really have a firm grasp on type advantage, which would make her realize that Astonish would really be only effective on Makuhita. But she's gonna use Astonish again on Zorua, just like last time.
Yikes.
So that is a hit, 3 damage, no flinch.
Alright, so Zorua is going to take all of 2 damage, this time a little more spooked by the Lotad that's giving him a weird eye. What's going on with this Lotad over here? Anyway, the Zorua that belongs to Dayton is going to run up to, it's going to break what it's been doing and run up to the Pie Dove and swing its paw at it, trying to give it a nice scratch attack.
No!
Which it does for 4 points of damage.
Oh.
Nice.
Ooh, digs in deep on that Pie Dove. And
Oh, that's not nice.
No, not so much, no.
so the crowd watches the hit and
My boy.
shouts, raising their signs, their like crown drawings of like the Zorua on the board with like big drawn in like muscles on its body. All right, so
Drawn
swing
in?
back. Yes.
Huh? Oh, no, sorry. I was...
Oh, we swing back up to Pancham, who is going to stomp over to Nidoran, and he's gonna glare down on Nidoran like, boy, what you think you're doing in my ring? And he is going to bring up the Pancham page. There it is. And he's going to do another arm thrust, which hits. And, you know, it'd make more sense if I see how many hits I get first. Look here. So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, 4. Okay, 4 hits.
Oh.
And that's 2.
Yikes.
3.
Ooh.
6. Whew, 8 damage.
Oh boy.
But if I remember correctly, that's
Should only be
halved.
4.
So it's 4
'cause of-
damage to Nidoran
Phew.
as the Pancham, taking his opportunity, runs up and is just all slappy all over this Nidoran, trying to disorient it by slapping it in the face a bunch.
Get in the slaps.
Give him the slaps. Scraggy, noticing that there's an opening, pushes himself up from these gust attacks he's been taking and charges over to the Pidove that's been giving him so much guff and tries to give him a little bit of a punch to the face. And he hits. Does 3 damage, bringing Pidove down to half HP. And it is now Pidove's turn.
Great. Love that.
You're
Okay.
the damage dealer, man. We need you.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's keep going. Well, Scraggy's down by 1 defense. Let's go for another gust for the dabblage. Yes, 11. Love it. Please not be a 1, Mr. Caltrop. 4! Yeah!
Hey! So, you managed to do 4 damage to Scraggy. You were attacking Scraggy, right?
Yes!
Okay.
Should
You
it
two
be
is
double
last
because it's?
Or
Should it be
fighting,
double
yeah.
because it's flying versus fighting?
Yes, so it does 4, but it gets an additional 1 damage to 5 because of his defense being down, and then it gets doubled because he's weak to it for 10 whole damage. So
Oh.
Scraggy's really
That's nice.
feeling the pain right now.
Come at me, Scraglord.
Scraglord.
Yeah, it's trouble.
Anyway, it's Nidoran's turn.
Okay, Nidoran. Nidoran's gonna continue to try and poison this goddamn Makihita if it kills him.
Okay.
Alright. Go! Poison Sting! We're really going for it. It's a 17 on the D20, 2 on the D4, and a 3 on the D10.
Aww. So the Makuhita just kind of chuckles at your attempt, not really feeling anything from any of that.
Really feeling it.
It's the Makuhita's turn. Yay! Who is going to take his opportunity to try and knock some sand in your face. So he leans down and tries to scoop up any of the debris or dust that may have accrued on the ring and swing it up at your face.
Very dusty.
Shouldn't have been blowing it around.
And he misses,
cleaned up.
actually. That sucks. Okay, so the Makuhita just swings his arm, flailing emptily in the air. I think this Makuhita's missed, like, most of his attacks. So,
Yeah.
and then it's Seth Zerua's turn.
Okay. In which case, he wants that Scraggy down. He flings himself across the stage and pulls out his claws and tries to bring a good swipe across his face.
Alright, so you're using Scratch, I take it?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead.
That's a 1.
It's a 1?
It's a 1.
Oh, you missed. Nice try, though. Nice try. Next is Lotad.
Guess what? Lotad's gonna use Astonish on Zorua.
Oh god.
Guy,
We're gonna lose this battle.
Hey, dude, we need some help. Alright.
1 damage, but I did get a 6 for the flincher.
Hey, nice. So 1 damage to Zorua, who is kind of like, yeah, whatever, mate. Like, I give up. And then he suddenly sees the terrifying glint in the Lotad's eye and is like,
Subtitles, I am your opponent. Lotad.
all right. Actually, it's that Zerua's turn next. So he's just still locked in place, staring eye to eye with Lotad in absolute fear. Pancham, in an attempt to try and break whatever's going on with this Lotad here, runs over and tries to tackle the Lotad. Manages to hit and does 4 damage.
Whoa.
Boop. Giving him a nice old bonk on the nose.
Lotad!
Uh,
The worst pain Lotad has ever experienced.
Oh, poor Lotad!
Alright, Scraggy, who is feeling that his time might be coming to an end pretty soon, stares up at the Pie Dove, angry at how low he's brought in this fierce warrior. And suddenly, it seems like Scraggy slowly fades out of existence. And then, all that you hear behind the Pie Dove is, Scraggy. And then, stealing Lily's joke, in subtitles is, nothing personnel, kid. Feint attack.
Oh, shit. That's a stronger one.
Which hits. And if I can get my die out, here we go. Does 5 points of damage to Pie Dove.
Fuck.
Oh,
Even with the type of difference and such?
nope. Feint
That's a
attack is a
dark
dark type
move.
move.
Oh, fake
Yeah.
type. Hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's Pie Dove's turn, who's looking pretty beat up.
Yeah. Are we allowed to use potions like in normal battles, or is that not a thing?
Okay, so I'm glad that you asked because nobody did. And I didn't tell you directly, so whoever.
Yeah.
At this point, you can use 1 item in battle.
Okay. Wait, each?
No, 1 item in battle. In other
Oh.
words, in this entire battle, your team can use 1 item.
Yeah. Alright, so does that count like if I equipped an X attack or something? Is that our 1 item?
Any
Or is-
expendable item that is used
Okay.
during combat,
Yeah.
you can only currently use 1.
Huh. Well, by the way this is
Over
going,
to your items right now, you mostly
Yeah.
only have healing items anyway.
yes, that works out okay. Is it, like, am I able to ask them? Can we communicate during the battle? Like, is it okay if I just ask?
Well, okay. You can use a potion on Pie Dove if you want. That will be your Pie Dove's turn.
Oh, okay.
I don't. If you want to consult with your team, that's fine. If you want to consult with
Yes.
your team, if you want to consult with whoever, you can do whatever you want.
It was an
Mhm.
establishing shot of the town because this is when we come back from commercial break.
Yes, basically. So, but yes, okay. Are you guys okay if I use the potion?
Yes, do it.
All right, cool. I use the potion. Oh yeah?
That's fine. I feel as if like maybe you could take 1 more hit before you use the potion,
Well, the
and
potion
it might
only
get
heals 20, and
Right.
he's already. Where'd it go? He's already at 16, and I mean that's up to you. I'm not here to tell you how to play. So
If
I
they
don't know.
roll
You can
a
take
4
6 more damage before anything, before you faint.
Right, but there are 4 opponents who can go before I go again.
That's
yeah,
true.
literally
All right.
all 4 of these
That's
guys
the
could suddenly
concern.
decide to dogpile.
Yeah.
if they want to.
Okay.
Well, hang on, but someone else could heal Play Dove on their turn though, right?
Yes, that is true. But whoever uses the item is then the item use tally is then expent.
With that thought process, I got you, dude.
Yeah, I think
You
you
should
wait.
you should use a flying type move.
Yeah, you should use the
Okay.
flying type move.
Sounds good. Sounds good then. I will try to take out the Scraggy.
All right. Go ahead, and I'm assuming you're gonna use Gust.
The Gust of Moon, yeah.
Okay. Remember, the Scraggy is literally right behind you.
Okay. So he'll turn around and a Gust, because he'll be right there. Can't possibly miss. And I rolled a 19. That's pretty good.
There you go. Yeah, that's a hit. Now roll your damage.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate how my lighting doesn't light it up. That's a 1.
It's a
Ah,
one?
Fucking
That's a 1.
That's unfortunate. So 1 damage with the 1 -1 to defense makes it a 2. Doubling it brings it up to 24. And the
Okay.
Scraggy now breathing heavily, and his like face is all black and blue, and he's like glaring at you. He's like still chuckling through the pain.
Not yet, anyway.
And it's Nidoran's turn.
Nidoran's gonna go ahead and go for Scraggy so we can get Scraggy out of here.
All right, go ahead and make your attack. What are you using?
Heck.
All right, that's a good move to use.
And it is a 5 on the d20 and a 2 on the d4.
All right, so you managed to do 4 points of damage as you jam your peck into Scraggy, which finally sends him reeling. And as he does a little teeter-totter trying to keep himself steadied, you can see Dayton is shouting, "Come on, you can do it! Show him what you're..." And Scraggy just goes, "Great," and falls over.
And the pets fall down.
And Dayton just
Revealing
kinda,
a King Hippo X-shaped bandage on his belly button.
And Dayton just kind of growls, taking out the Pokeball and returning Scraggy, putting it on his little belt that's attached to his underwear. All right, good job. And that brings us to Makuhita's turn. And Makuhita...
Oh, do we get experience points for that? Anybody leveling up
Not
or
right
anything?
now. Not right now.
Damn it!
Okay.
Later.
Damn it.
So,
Coises.
Makuhita, sensing that his partner has just fallen in battle, glares, looking over at the Nidoran, who he's been pummeling upon this entire time, but looks over his shoulder and notices that he was actually protecting the Pidove. And so the Makuhita lumbers over as fast as it can to the Pidove and tackles it.
Oh no!
You were so lucky that was a 20 and then it bounced over to a 10. But that's fine. He still takes 4 points of damage.
Ooh, okay.
As the Makuhita barrels its stomach into the Pidove, knocking it to the ground and laughing at it as it tumbles over.
Menacingly.
That makes it Seth's Zerua's turn.
Seth has already pulled out the potion, taken aim, and hit the button, aiming straight at Pidove.
Alright, so let me just go over here real quick and go to your potions and adjust that to a 5. And we'll bring Pidove's HP back up
You're not done yet, buddy.
to full.
Yay!
Alright, so that makes it Lotad's turn.
Okay, so
By the way, can the chat see this?
See what?
the numbers?
not the
No,
HP.
they
but,
can't see the HPs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
so Lily points and shouts, "Lotad, astonish!" And then Lotad, having recently taken a smack to the face, turns to Lily with a sense of urgency and just shakes his head no. And Lily thinks, okay, what was that move you, oh, absorb! Use absorb on Zorua! So I roll a d20 and I get an 18.
Alright, so it hits, and roll a d4 and divide it by 2, rounding up.
Okay. Wait, right? Why am I dividing by 2?
Because it's a 20 power attack.
Okay. So I rolled a 3, so then it's a 2?
Yeah, so it's a 2.
Okay,
So you do
and that
2.
means I recover 1 health?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoop, as you slowly sap away at the Zerua's HP. Alright, and speaking of the Zorua, it is now his turn. And he's kind of annoyed that the Pidove suddenly looks like it's ready to go and has taken no damage or something. Like, what happened? Why is this guy suddenly all good to go? So, he lunges at the Nidoran.
Oh.
It's a hit, and it takes, 3 points of damage from a feint attack.
Ball sacks.
Whoop. Or, I'm sorry, not feint attack, a pursuit. My bad. Anyway, that then makes it Pancham's turn, who, noticing again that the group has decided that Nidoran is now the new target, lumbers over and tries to slap him about a bit, doing arm thrust and hitting one time for
Nice.
all of 1 piddly damage. Great.
Yay!
He just kind of walks over and flicks him. All right, so it's Pydump's turn.
All right.
He's now
He's already
like,
down.
revigorated.
Yeah. All right. Let's go after the big end then. I'm gonna try to go after Makuhita,
All right.
the Gastelum.
Hello out
Oh,
there.
it's a 20.
Hey!
Nice!
Yes. All right, and with that 20, please don't be a 1. God damn you.
Please be fun.
That is a 3.
3.
Okay,
All
I'll
right.
take it. Nice.
So your number gets doubled to 6 due to the weakness, and then gets doubled to 12 due to being a critical hit.
Awesome!
Oh, the dove is the best.
Oh my god,
As it
Shove,
gets
you
buffet.
angry bird.
By
He's gonna
a
earn himself a name at this point.
torrent of wind, which whips the crowd's hair around as well, and they're all shouting and loving it as this gust of wind fills the arena, echoing their cries even louder through the room. And Nidoran, it's your turn.
Alright, Nidoran's gonna go for a peck this time, to also towards Makuhita. We're gonna team up with Pidove and really try and get this guy down.
All right.
I've got a 12 and 4.
All right, so 4 damage.
Yep.
All right, that gets doubled to 8. And Makuhita is suddenly feeling the pain as he grits his teeth, no longer smiling, punching the floor, waiting for his opportunity to knock someone out. And it's his turn, so he's gonna try to knock somebody out.
Oh shit.
He's going to walk up to the Nidoran, slowly looking down on him, glaring angrily, and is really desperately going to try and push him away. Oh boy, that's a 20. That's a 1 hit for arm thrust. That's a crit. 2 hits for arm thrust. 3 hits for arm thrust.
Oh
3 hits for arm thrust, 1 of which is a crit. So that's going to be... Eesh. Okay, so that's 4 total, 5 total,
Holy fuck.
9 total points of damage to Nidoran.
Ooh.
And that did include the resistance, so...
Dang.
As
But
it-
still alive.
As
Hold on.
Makuhita trying his best to hold on to life, Dayton in the background. There's an opening! Get him! Makuhita lifts Nidoran up by the horn and slaps the fuck out of its face.
Oh my god.
Nidoran, no!
And it's Seth Zorua's turn.
Zorua is feeling a little snug after seeing that, but he thinks he's found his part in this battle. Pancham, who was distracted by the super nasty hit just now, would suddenly find Zorua right in front of his face and leering right up into his face, trying to bring his defense down as hard as it can.
Alright, roll. D20.
Okay,
Real good.
that's a 6.
Alright, so his defense goes down by 1.
All right.
And the Pancham, suddenly noticing the Zorua glaring up at him, is like, oh, what's this?
Hey, woo!
Alright, so that was... Now it's Lotad's turn.
Okay. Lotad! What? Are you sure? Okay. Use Growl. How do I do Growl? What do I roll for Growl again?
It's just a D20. As long as it's not a 1, it hits. If it crits, then it actually does 2 stages. And who are you attacking?
Alright, well, let me... would you rather I hit Makuhita or Pancham? Because Makuhita's gonna go down soon, right?
Pancham.
Pancham, okay.
I would say Makuhita because I can hit Pancham harder, and there's only 4 left on Makuhita.
So that is a yes for Pancham?
Yes,
It was a
definitely.
no.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pancham.
Well, I think it'll be
No,
fine.
It's definitely Pancham.
Yeah, go ahead and Pancham. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, and I did crit. That was a 20.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
So, Lotad's signature move.
Oh God, he screams! The crowd, you hear a small section of the crowd just suddenly go, Looted!
And Lotad loves the attention.
And Dayton actually glares at Lily, feeling like somebody's stealing a portion of his thunder.
And Lily's the last person who wants the thunder. He's kind of like waving, hi.
Alright, it is now the Zerua's turn. What's his name? Dayton Zerua, who is going to disappear and teleport behind Lotad, feeling his master's ire against this Pokemon all of a sudden. And he misses!
Yeah!
God damn it! So he teleports and brings his claws down and kind of just pity pats on the floor next to Lotad.
And Lotad doesn't notice this even. Lotad just looking at the audience like his adoring crowd. Lotad, Lotad.
And now Pancham, whose ears are ringing due to the amount of like screaming and glaring that's been done in his direction, desperately tries to do absolutely anything and tries to arm thrust against Zerua. It's 1 hit. Ooh, that's 2 hits. That's 3 hits. Oh, that's 4 hits.
Oh no!
Okay, 4 hits. 4.
Appropriate music change. Here we go.
Whew. Okay, so it would have been 10, but each of those attacks got diminished by 2. So it's only gonna be 2 damage.
What?
Times
That's
2
awesome.
up to 4.
Critical growl, baby.
Woo-hoo. That very likely could have flatlined Zerua. So yeah, that
Yeah.
crit growl really saved the day there.
Oh, Lotad, you're the
man.
best. Lotad, you're killing it.
Jeez.
Pied you're up.
Okay.
Dude, you gotta take down that Makuhita.
Better
We're
take down
taking
this
him
fucking
up.
Makuhita.
Swoops up high in the air, comes flying close by because he can't slam into him. He's gonna gust at it. He can get up in his face, slap him with his feathers. All right, that is a 7.
All right, so it
Okay,
hits.
hate that number. All right, and then, wow.
Just don't roll a 1.
Okay, the 3.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you did hit Makuhita, right?
Yes.
Okay. So your gust
Yes.
of wind blows towards the chubby Makuhita, who's breathing hard, barely able to keep his hefty body on its 2 feet. The strong breeze brusquely knocks him aside, and he goes tumbling like a ball of lard over to Dayton's feet and just collapses, looking up at his trainer. And Dayton growls angrily, ripping the Pokeball from his belt and pointing it downward returns the Makuhita, snapping the Pokeball back to his belt, and raising his arms, flexes both of his biceps, stomps the ring, causing the entire thing to rumble, and everybody gets a little shaky, and he lets out a growl, and the crowd raises their arms, shouting as well.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? That's not horrifying.
It is Nidoran's turn.
Okay. Nidoran's gonna go after Pancham.
Reasonable.
With the poison sting. See if we can get some poisoning.
We're gonna fuck this Pancham up.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try.
I'd re-roll that.
Okay. Sorry, it hit
I believe
half
you.
a thing and then it was on
Yeah.
its side.
Okay, that's
Okay. We
that's
got a 9,
yes.
What,
right?
A 9 on
Yes,
what?
yes. 9 on the D20,
Okay.
and 4 on the D4, and 2.
Ah, okay. Give me 1 second as I do some of this. All right, so you.
Ooh.
How much damage was that?
4.
4. Okay. Sorry, I was changing the music tracks over. All right, so he takes 6 points of damage. His defense is down by 1, so he actually takes in a additional point of damage. Goes up to 7. All right, and you did not get the poison, so we move on to Seth Zorua.
All right. Zorua is in the groove right now. He knows what his part is in this battle, and he's going up to Zorua. He's using another leer.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Come on, crit. What's a fucking 1?
Oh, womp womp. It's okay. I know that
Same
feel happened to me
fight.
twice this match too. But that's perfectly fine
We
because
like it when you have it.
it's now Lotad's turn.
Now, if I put another growl on there, I could just make this Pancham useless.
Do
Punch just a bubble wrap. But the Zorua could probably use a little love too. I'm actually gonna attack.
All right,
I'm gonna use Absorb on Zorua.
go right ahead.
Does the 2 hit?
A 2 does hit.
Okay, yeah, 1 damage.
All right, so that's 1 damage to Zorua and 1 recovered damage from Lotad. I think Lotad's more of the support type than the attack type so far.
Doing it well,
Lily
though.
is more of the support type than the attack.
Good now. So Dayton Zorua runs up to Lotad, noticing it's trying to sap the health from him, and are you fucking serious? That's another fucking what? I wish I could show that I'm not lying. God fucking damn it. Dayton, come on, wake up, man. Anyway,
I can tell from your genuine frustration that you really are just rolling ones.
Anyway.
This is great.
it's Pancham's turn, who's not gonna roll a 1. Pancham, who's already enfeebled to all hell and back, is going to notice that his buddy missed and runs up behind him to assist instead. So he's gonna swing at Lotad with arm thrust. Okay, so that's a hit. So 1 hit, 2 hits,
Oh no.
3 hits,
Oh no.
Oh,
Fuck.
no.
3 hits. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh.
that one's fine.
Oh,
That
like
one's
3 more!
fine. No, not 3 more, only 3. So let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and roll the damage now, and he takes. What's he gonna do? Ah, shit. 6 total points of damage. Whoop. As the Pancham. Oh, nope, I forgot to subtract. Sorry about that. As the Pancham runs up and again is just going slap crazy all over Lotad's face.
Dead! No! Dead! No!
Pinov, you're up.
All right. Yes, definitely going after the Pancham. Okay. With my signature move, a gust. I just thought of his name. I'm gonna say it at the end. Anyway, so 13.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Now I roll. Well, might be a 1, but oh, it's a 4. Yeah.
Yay!
So this is against Pancham, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's normally 4 damage, gets boosted by the defense down to 5, and then gets doubled due to weakness to 10. As Pancham goes flying up into the air, spinning around, and then comes tumbling back to the ring, slamming into it, causing everything to shake, including Dayton, who seems to temporarily lose his footing, but then gets back into place. Alright, and that brings it to Nidoran's turn.
All right, we're gonna go with a peck at Pancham,
Alright.
and it's a 1.
You rolled a 1 on the d20?
I rolled a 1
Oh,
and
no.
a 4,
We
which is
rolled a 1 on the
upsetting.
d20. Oh, so swing and a miss from Nidoran here. It's okay, it's okay.
Damn it!
But it's Zorua from Seth's turn.
All right, Zorua. He's ready for a mirror match. He's heading after Zorua again. He pulls out another leer. Gonna try for it. Let's go. That's a 2.
It hits,
It's okay.
but that was against Pancham, right?
No, that was against Zorua.
Zorua. Okay, so -1 defense on Zorua. Excellent.
All right.
Right. So now it's Lotad's turn again.
All right, I'm gonna go for the growl on Pancham.
All right, go right ahead.
13.
It's a hit.
You don't need anything more from me, right?
You'll roll a d20 because it can crit.
Oh,
Oh, no, you
Okay.
did. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. No. You hit.
Okay.
There you go. And the Pancham's ears are ringing even louder. It can no longer hear the cry of its fans.
Though a fate worse than death for this Pancham.
The opposing Zorua runs up to Lotad, tired of its loud mouth.
And all of its bullshit.
Yeah. And manages to land a scratch attack for 3 points of damage.
Whoa!
And Pancham, not able to hear the cry of its fans, pounds the floor with its fists angrily. Dayton matching the timing by pounding his feet into the floor simultaneously, causing a rhythmic reverberation in the ring, and the crowd starts clapping their hands in time with the attacks. And Pancham raises its fist to the air, staring at the pie dove, and brings down an arm thrust for 1. Oh shit. 2. 3. 4.
What the fuck?
Oh, 5 hits!
No!
The crowd's so encouragement.
No!
All right, let's see how much it does. Ooh.
I hate these noises you're making. I hate them.
Ooh.
I hate these noises. I hate them.
Oh man, you are very lucky that it has attack -3.
No!
Because the Pancham, in sync with the rhythm of the crowd, grabs the pie dove and raises it up into the spotlight, wringing out one of its paws. Wham! In rhythm with the crowd. 2, 3, they're crying his name. 4, he can feel it echoing in his soul. 5, and drives it into the ring after all 5 hits. For 14 points of damage.
Pyro got fucked up this round.
Damn, did get fucked up this round.
You deserve that potion.
And Dayton points to the crowd and says, "That is the fate that awaits anybody who dares tussle in my gym."
Jesus.
And then it's Pydoff's turn.
Okay. That Pydo on the ground. Sometimes in his life, he's been angry. Oh, he's been so mad. But never in his life has he been this pissed at anything. And he picks his head up off the ground and looks this Pancham dead in the eye and spreads his wings wide for a gust of that's a 2.
It's okay.
But it hits.
It's fine, it hits.
That's
It
a 2.
hits.
He's a little delirious, but he still hit it. That's fine. All right. Slapping the bitch. And going for, 2 on that one as well.
Okay.
Dos nachos.
It's okay. So that's 2 minus 1, or plus 1 is 3, times 2 is 6, so 23 out of 26. The Pancham is reeling, but he's still glowering down at you. The two of you are like, you have your foreheads pressed up against each other. And it's Nidoran's turn.
Nidoran, take care of the Pancham. Do it. You can do it. And I'm like, Rowan's like screaming for the sidelines. Go! It's a 10. I hit and I got a 4.
All right.
Yeah!
So your 4 lands and doubles and is enough to take out the Pancham, who, as he's like going eye to eye with the Pydo, the Nidoran runs in and just buckles him out of there, sending him flying into the corner. And you can see for a split second as the Pancham goes flying through the air in slow motion, the snaps of the photography flashes, the slow light panning over him as he flies through the air, shaking his head. No, the sweat flying off of his body. Dayton reaching out like, no! And he finally lands with a thud, thud, thud. And Dayton, a single tear rolling down his eye, grits his teeth and returns the Pancham, clicking the Pokeball back to his belt, looking back at Zorua, and he says, "Come on, buddy, it's me and you. Let's show them what they asked for when they stepped into our ring." And Zorua leans back and flexing his muscles slowly starts to grow until he's an exact duplicate of Dangerous Dayton, glaring down at everybody. And it's
That's fun.
Zorua's turn from Seth.
Okay, at this point, he's looking up at Dangerous Dayton 2, and he's jumped up on his hind legs, and he's doing like a little boxer stance. He's like, and then he comes in with the slash, or the scratch, rather, from from below. Okay. It's an 18!
Ooh, nice.
Okay. All right, and D4, it was a 1.
That's fine. It still does 2 damage.
All right.
Whoop.
Mhm.
And I gotta make sure to remove this. It's Lotad's turn.
Okay. Lotad kind of skips over to the edge of the ring to the audience and then gestures with his hands like a "let me hear it." What do you want? Lotad? Lotad?
Lotad is
Growl.
such a ham. I love him.
Oh my god! What?
Did you crit again?
Just gonna go ahead and drop this image into the Discord real quick.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah?
What does that look like
Fuck
to you
it.
guys?
God damn it.
Holy shit!
That's perfectly fine as we put another -2 attack on another one of Dayton's Pokemon.
Oh
He
yeah.
can play the goddamn crowd.
Alright then. It
And the crowd is loving the Lotad.
Zorua's turn. So as the Zorua, now in the shape of a slightly furry Dayton, runs up to the other Zorua and picks it up in its big meaty claws and bends it over his knee, trying to give it a backbreaker.
Jesus!
Oh my god.
That seems out of regulation.
It's anime rules. There are no rules.
8 points of damage as he
Oh,
drops the
shit.
Zorua, landing and tumbling on the floor. And it's Pidup's turn.
Pidub. Come on, Pidub.
Jay, you still there?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Nope. It's not fighting type, which I was trying to think about. But yes, we will still do the gust, because it's been going good for us so far. Yes. I roll, and it's a 19. Ah.
It's so close.
I
Only Lily can have crits this night, or Lotad rather.
I gotta play the crowd. What am I
Don't
doing?
give Lily any credit for this.
All right,
This
2.
is all Lotad.
All right, 2 points of damage. Oh no, 3 points of damage actually, as the Zorua is still struggling to maintain its form, going a little shiftily goopily as the wind cuts through it. Nidoran, you're up.
Alright. We're gonna use a pack. And I dropped my d4.
I don't even see
I got a 7 on the d20.
It's a 1.
It's a 1!
All right, so 2 damage as you drive your horn into Zorua. Next is Seth's Zorua.
Okay, well, he just kind of got knocked a little bit for a loop, but he stands back up and he sees through the illusion too. He jumps for Zora and tries to bring that illusion down with another scratch.
Oh, the irony!
19.
Oh, motherfucker.
All right, and a 2.
All right, so 2 more damage as the Zorua.
116.
Oh
106.
Jesus, 116 damage. As the Zorua's illusion continues to shift, but still manages to just hold on. It is Lotad's turn.
I'll go for the absorb.
All right, let's see it.
Hit, and then a 4 damage.
So you rolled a 4, so 2 damage.
Oh yes,
Okay,
2 damage.
So 3 total damage as he goes down to 19 out of 25, and you recover 2 HP, which is good because as that HP gets siphoned out of him, the Zorua Dayton turns to look at you, and he runs over, his feet pounding on the arena, grabbing Lotad and swinging him in his arm like a ball, crushes him against the arena ring.
Tad!
Oof,
That hurt a tad.
10 points of damage,
Oh,
Yikes!
crushing him against the ground.
Lotad does that WWE crawl, like get back to the side of the ring.
Pine up, you're up.
All right.
Knock him out,
Here we
dude.
go. More of them sweet flaps. Let's do it.
You got the attack here.
Yes. He's got the 19.
Ooh.
Wait, no. Sorry, that is a 9. I got excited.
Okay.
still
That's
hit.
fine. It still
Yes.
hits.
There we go. Oh, but that's a 1.
Okay,
Okay.
so 2 whole points of damage to the Zorua
Ha ha!
as
Closer.
it continues to grit its teeth, still trying to slowly chase after the Lotad that's crawling away. Like, you get back in here. And it's
You got
Nidoran's
nowhere.
turn.
All right, Nidoran. Come on, Nidoran! We can do it!
What attack are you doing?
It's a peck. It's 17 and 3.
All right, and as the Nidoran runs over to the back of the Zorua, which is chasing after Lotad, it dives forward, embedding its needle into the, I'm gonna say, rear end of Dayton, who lets
Nice.
out a loud bellowing scream. Simultaneously, the real Dayton lets out a simultaneous similar scream. Their
Oh,
cries
no.
echoing through the arena as one of the voices slowly turns from Zorua, and he shrinks down into his actual Zorua body, and finally, on wobbly, trembling legs, reaching out, his vision going dark as he sees Lotad trying one last time to swipe at him, just teeters over and falls to the ground.
Yeah!
You did it, guys!
Yes!
Yes.
Victory!
And let me see if I can't do this. All right, give it 1 second.
It'll kick in. Be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Level up, level up.
All right, so first thing that's going to happen is all of your Pokemon go up by 2 levels.
Yes!
All right.
So make sure to take note of whatever new moves they may learn
And save them.
and save them.
Wait,
Yes,
how-
Jay.
I got
How do I-
bubble.
How do I
Nice.
find that out?
It'll be on Bulbapedia.
Okay.
So, as you finish knocking out the Zorua, Dayton returns it, and he looks pissed. He
Awesome.
starts storming out into the center of the ring, and he steps each thunderous foot, causing the arena to shake. But as he gets to about the halfway point, his massive hulking body casting towering shadows over you from the lights, he snaps his fingers a few times, and I forget her name. What was her name?
Black Cat?
Yeah, we'll just call her Black Cat.
Stella?
Stella? Is it Stella?
No,
Sheila.
Sheila. That's it.
Sheila.
Sheila walks over slowly, kind of like with a questioning look in her eye, and he whispers something to her, and she nods, and she whispers something back, and he nods, and she slowly walks away, grabbing onto some sort of ring that descends from the top of the ceiling, and her body is slowly carried away upward. And before you can start to question exactly what's going on there, he turns to face the lot of you, and giving one good flex, the entire arena falls silent. He reaches up and grabs a hold of the microphone. Pulling it down, he leans forward into the lot of you and he says,
Now, it's been a long, long time since Dangerous Dayton has ever been bested in an official sanctioned Pokemon battle. But I am nothing if not honest and also dangerous. So,
Agreed.
since I am proud of the lot of you, it will be my absolute pleasure to provide you with. And a crack is heard, and a ton of confetti and balloons start falling down into the arena. And twirling in from above is Sheila, and she lands surrounded by the confetti and balloons. And in her hands is this very pristine looking gray and silver box. And handing it outward to you, she hands off the Schmaz badge.
Schmoz badge.
Which
That was my favorite.
is going to temporarily go into your key items because I did not design the badge yet. I do apologize. I did not think we were going to finish the battle today, so I will get the badge up by next session. So, you know what? I'm not even going to put it in there. You're just remember that you have it. But you
How do you
have,
spell that?
S as in SCHMO, like schmo, only with a Z on the end.
They're called
Schmoz.
s'mores, Buzz.
Schmoz.
But you do have a
Schmoz.
badge case,
Schmoz badge.
which looks like this.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Hey, that's
like
good.
it.
Yeah, I like it.
And as soon as we get a final render on that badge, it'll go right in here. So don't worry, we're
Nice.
working on that
Yay.
right away. Anyway, so Dayton, Sheila hands off the case to you and says, "Congratulations! I didn't think the lot of you were gonna do anything. You didn't even come with your own costumes. It's a hell of a surprise to me." And of course, the crowd is screaming, chanting, going wild, and they're all absolutely applauding. Ah, everybody's so proud and happy of you.
Yay!
Nidoran runs from the middle of the ring back into Rowan's arms, and she grabs him up and scoops him and snuggles him a little bit.
Zora has turned back into Seth in the same costume that he's wearing, and they're both like gesturing around the crowd and taking in the cheers and like clapping with them and like pointing off at their favorite people in the audience. Like, yeah,
Everyone
you.
who looks a little spooky.
Yeah. all the empty seats. He points at all the empty seats.
Oh my god, that's great.
And Dayton issues you like backward, and he's like asking you guys to like follow him as he walks down a path that's illuminated by the spotlights, which leads back to the dolly that you had rode in on. And he's like asking you to like kind of like issuing you like, "Come on, guys, this way, come on."
Okay. Waving. Oh my gosh, I'm waving Nidoran's paw for it to the audience as we're backing out of the stadium, like backwards. Like, thank you. I'm like really sweet right now because I'm just enjoying this shit. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
And as you all manage to get onto the dolly, it starts to wheel its way back up, and Dayton and Sheila grab one of your hands in each of their hands, so they each grab one of each person's hands and raise them up into the air as another set of confetti cannons shoots into the air as you ride backward, upward towards the curtains that you had originally descended out of. The crowd cheering and taking pictures, the flashes and lights surrounding you until you finally get connected back up to the curtains, and Dayton and Sheila pull you backward into them, disappearing as the sound of the crowd fades away. The wall shutting to seal off the arena that you had just left. And as soon as the wall shuts, Dayton and Sheila both turn to each other and they're like, "Oh, that is so amazing! Oh, I can't believe how well you guys did!"
Oh my god. Immediately, Rowan goes to do, like, it's not a handshake. It's like the hands are up, elbows down kind of handshake with Dangerous Dave. Like, that was awesome!
Amazing! Oh!
You gosh, friends! You're
We don't
so
want to lose
cool!
God!
Oh my god!
Zora is kind of feeling like maybe he didn't do great, but he goes to give Lotad a low 5.
No,
Lotad is just upside down, basking in his glory.
And
Zora just kind of claps his hand while he's lying there.
Sheila's like, no, darlings, y'all did great. It was amazing. We actually haven't had a victor in the arena for quite some time. We're actually impressed. We haven't handed out a badge in forever. This is gonna make global news.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome!
In fact, hold on. Give me 1 second, and Sheila like turns around and she seems like she's fiddling around with something. You hear a few beeps and clicks, and she's like, "There you go. Your victory money will be wired directly into your account. Minus the charge for rental for the costumes, of course."
That's fair.
I don't get to keep this? I look so good!
Well, you could keep it, but we're gonna have to take another surcharge.
Is it a lot?
It is a lot.
Okay, never mind.
Anyway, great. So you got your victory money, you got your badge. Okay, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna schedule you a limousine to actually take you out from out front, so you guys can get a few more photo ops. But they're gonna want to mob you with interviews. You don't have time for that. It's really late, I understand. So they'll carry you out to the next available Pokemon Center, and Dayton here will come out. He'll take the fall. We'll get a lot of interviews with him about his first loss in a long time. And he's like, "Yeah, don't worry. I'll work the crowd up real nice."
Alright. I'm so down for this. This is
Yeah.
never getting- I've never seen a limo before. I've never been in a limo before. Like, inside, Rowan is just like, holy shit!
And so
I'm gonna stick my head up the sunroof!
Sheila and Dayton walk you back down through the arena. They take a series of back tunnels and underground passages that can go to any room in this facility without being seen by fans. And they get to a front door entrance, and you can see far past all of the cheering fans that there's a limousine pulling up and waiting for you in the distance. So as you start to walk out, journalists start swarming you, like trying to get photographs and pictures and like reaching out for autographs. But Sheila starts like waving back. The bouncers from before are like carving a path through so that you can follow in their wake. And as the people try to follow you, Dayton bursts through the door and he starts like shouting, "Oh, you get back here! This isn't over! Nobody comes to my gym and gets away with a cheap victory like that!" And the crowd, suddenly noticing that Dayton is open for interviews, turn to him and start to swarm him instantly, giving you a bit of a breather as Sheila like meekly waves to you and as she's backing away, not wanting to leave Dayton completely alone, and says, "Thanks, you guys. You're gonna do great. Continue on. Thanks. Write back to us sometime. Don't forget about us." And she runs.
Bye.
And
fun.
yeah. So before you, as the crowds are rushing out, is a limousine a few paces away with its door open.
Yeah, we're booking it to
You're running right in.
Actually, you know what? We're not booking it, but I have Nidoran like holding over my head. But it's just like, yeah! So like the few people who are still paying attention, and then we slide into the limo, and I'm like, oh,
Holy shit!
I'm gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, Lily's never been in a limo before. What does it smell like?
Well, as you approach the limo and you're about to step in, you can smell the faint scent of champagne pop
And rich
bubbling in
Corinthian
the
leather.
background.
Ooh.
Wow.
What? Ooh.
They really rolled out the red carpet.
God damn!
But before you can get inside of the limousine, you hear the sound of somebody shrieking, "Get out of there!"
Okay.
And walking up is a woman, a young woman. We'll say she's probably around 17, 18 years old. She's got on what looks like a long, flowing, luxurious, sparkling sequin dress. She's got a very finely crafted fur around her neck. And her hair
is long, flowing, and pink.
Ooh.
As she
He's beesh!
As she steps forward, she steps in front of you and holds out what looks like a long, glittering walking cane. And at the top of it is a gem that glitters in 4 different colors as the light hits it simultaneously. It pales from red to blue to yellow to green. And pointing at the lot of you, she says,
How dare you try to take my limousine? Like a bunch of worthless rabble could possibly ride in something befitting my grace.
and before you can say anything, she sits in the limo and slams the door shut. And you hear some bickering going on inside of the limousine before it tears off into the distance.
What a bitch!
Take care!
We don't need a limo anyway.
The Pokemon Center is like 20 feet that way.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right, but maybe
But
next
it's
time.
I wanted to ride in it.
Who even was that?
Easy come, easy go. Let's just get a move on.
Okay.
Hey Zora, you got a good look at her, right?
Ooh.
But
Okay.
the limousine
No,
takes
it-
off into the distance. You're allowed to make your way towards the Pokemon Center. A lot of you are probably feeling pretty exhausted, if not for the fact that it's like 2 o'clock in the morning now, but you also just went through an intense Pokemon battle. The Pokemon Center lets you, the doors open and let you in. The Nurse Joy snaps around to see the doors open, noticing the lot of you there, jumps over the counter, and just
God.
runs up to the lot of you, freaking out and asking for an autograph and like saying how great you guys were and ushering you forward, saying that it would be an honor to heal your Pokemon.
Oh!
I accept sinister mittens.
And
We'll all sign the same picture.
We'll all sign a picture. We get a picture with her. It's awesome.
Selfie. And as the lot of you hand your Pokemon over to be healed, she sets up a bunch of beds, like cot-like beds in the back room for you to sleep on. And the screen fades to black on another episode of Pokemon D&D.
Yay! That was so fun!
Christ, what a good episode.
That was awesome.
Good episode!
So did everybody have a good time?
Yeah.
I hated it.
I've been trying for like 14 episodes to try to figure out how to make the combat scenes entertaining in Scattered Hero. This is the first gym battle, and I was like engaged with every turn of combat.
Yeah, me too. This is awesome.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. My goal is basically to make everything so fucking exciting that it can't possibly be boring. So that's really
done.
my only strategy. But did
Hooray!
everybody like Dayton?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
fun.
sad if he's gone. I hope he keeps sticking around.
I want to
I
send
mean-
letters.
Sheila did, you know, we're gonna say that Sheila like slipped you her personal number, so if you ever want to
Nice.
like get in touch with her.
Wait,
or...
who did Sheila slip her number to, just out of passing curiosity?
Sure, let's just say Seth. Why not?
Nice.
Oh shit, that me.
And all of your Pokemon went up 2 levels, so don't forget to note that on your sheets. I will
Yes.
actually, just in case, I guess I'm going to have to keep a running history of everybody's Pokemon, just in case somebody loses their information again.
Well, if you were curious, Nidoran's now level 9 and just learned Double Kick.
Okay, cool.
How do I know my HP? Is it just the HP that I don't? How do I know my HP?
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm still kind of working on,
Okay.
is how the HP is going to be slated. So, a lot of stuff is still kind of up in the air, and I am sort of, like, handling things on the fly. And so at this point in time, I do apologize. The system is kind of in, like, a beta. So,
Yeah.
you can't have all the information, and I'm constantly working on the information as we play. So, we're doing it, like, in post. Don't worry.
Cool.
That was awesome.
Question.
Yes.
Can I have like a mini scene? A little
Sure.
thing?
Yeah.
Like after the battle,
Yeah, no.
because
God.
like that was the first time I sent out the pit of since I caught it, and we hadn't been on the best of terms and all that. And I'd like to have a little thing where at the end of the battle, I get down on my knees and look at the pit of all beat up, and he glares at me, and I look down at him, and we just let the whole battle come together with our first victory together. We both have a nod.
Aw.
And I say, welcome to the team, Augustus.
Ah! That's cute. Good name.
Yeah!
I love that.
I wasn't sure where to fit that in, so I thought I just put it at the end.
Oh, Augustus.
Yeah.
All
We like
right.
each other now, it's great.
Well, does anybody else have anything they want to say imparting before we finish off tonight?
Yes, file save. Okay, we're good.
Good. Anything that is not pertinent to our closing.
Nope.
All right. Yes,
Usual, like, keep up on the website and the schedule. You'll see when this is gonna happen again.
Well, I said
Yeah.
not pertinent to the closing. So now the closing
sorry. I thought that was part of the
is-
closing.
Thank you all for stopping by for another episode of Pokemon D&D. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad you all showed up. This is probably one of my favorite things to do all week. One of the things I love more than anything in this world is coming up with colorful characters and interesting situations
Jesus.
for people to
They're so
interact
good.
with. And so it means a lot to me not only to have my 4 beautiful players here with me, so thank you guys very much, but
He
also
said I was beautiful.
the audience that's here with us. And I was really, really, really excited about getting to the scene because I really, really, really wanted to play Sheila and Dayton, and I'm glad that they went over well. And now I'm looking forward to all of the other colorful cast members that I've created in the debut in the future. But that's the sentimental moment for me over. If you like what we do here, we also have a Zelda D&D stream, which is generally done on alternating Fridays, if I'm remembering correctly. But because of a scheduling issue, we had to have Pokemon D&D today. Zelda D&D will be tomorrow, correct?
Yep. So more Nintendo Dungeons and Dragons happening, literally just within 24 hours from now.
Yeah!
Just come back tomorrow at 7 Eastern Standard Time, and I DM that one. It's a couple episodes in at this point, and we're getting to the juices. We're getting to the meats of that story. So
Spooky.
Exciting.
And Jay and I also play Pokemon Infinite Fusion, which, again, you can check the schedule for that, which is on www.challengerapproachingtv.com. I'm sure somebody will drop the link in a second, where you can keep up with all of our fun stuff. We also do other crazy things like live readings of comics like Homestuck and One Piece. So if you like Homestuck or if you like One Piece, we do live readings of those. And yeah, for any other video games, Pokemon Let's Go, I think Saps just started playing Kingdom Hearts. This is getting a little long, so I'm just going to say we play a lot of stuff. Check out the website, and you'll
save the
sure
Combies, they're dying.
Yeah, you'll sure
Save the
to
Combies!
find something that you enjoy. So, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.